Hey everyone, Tofu here. Welcome back to more Danganronpa Another. If you didn't see the last episode, you might want to go do that because we're gonna immediately jump into some spoilers for it here. So go back now if you didn't see it, and do not look at the remaining characters here and use process of elimination to determine who is missing. So if you didn't do that and you're all caught up and good, last chance to go. Okay, spoiler time. Kyoka is dead, and now we've got to investigate and figure out who done it. But first, I guess we've got the chance to talk to some people here. Talk to Tsurugi first. I can't believe it. How could I let something like this happen? I don't deserve to be a police officer. I must be having a bad dream. Can somebody wake me up? Guys? Anyone? Oh, jeez. Why did this happen? I can't understand it. Weren't we all good friends? I guess not. Well, Papa! Oh no! That's sad. Kyoka.
Somebody's murdered for real.
Looks like it.
Kyoka, what made you like this? Damn it!
Kyoka, just why? You didn't deserve this. When the announcement came, I felt that something sinister was due to occur. It seems like my senses were unfortunately correct. For now, let us wish that she may find peace. Yeah. I didn't want to believe the announcement when I heard it. How could this happen? No way. Someone's actually dead?
It's not a surprise party?
I don't think so. I can't run away from this. Oh, jeez. I guess we actually have to go into the bathroom. In the bathroom. The dreadful scene was still visible inside the girls' restroom. Yuki, it's dangerous to go in. But he's right. I heard this from Monokuma the other day while walking in the hallway. The machine guns will roast us into ashes if we try to enter the restroom of the opposite sex. But Kyoka's in there, and we can't even check on her? Yuki, calm yourself. Let the girls get to her. No, please don't. I ask you all to refrain from doing anything that may disrupt the crime scene. Tsurugi, I don't think you have to act like a policeman here. A friend of ours died, and you're just acting like it's another day of your job? I apologize. I'm also reflecting on my own inability that caused this tragedy. I don't deserve to stand here with you. But still, I ask for your cooperation. We have to investigate the situation and find the truth. The truth? What do you mean by that? Why do you think Kyoka died? Or tell me, were you thinking she just killed herself because of that rope around her neck? Then, Kyoka was really murdered? He just fucking pops up in the bathroom doorway. That was so funny. Holy shit.
Bingo! That would be correct. Kyoka Maki was murdered.
Monokuma, you son of a bitch, bro. Wait a second. Isn't it still possible for her to have killed herself? We haven't even started the investigation yet.
Suicide? Nonsense! I can say this for sure. Kyoka was murdered by another person. And the perpetrator of such a crime is, of course, one of you guys.
That can't be true. One of us is the culprit?
Certainly. That someone must have wanted to get out so badly after seeing my motive video yesterday. Not that I will blame anyone for it. After all, it's just natural human tendency. You can't really call that wrong, can you?
Nothing is wrong about a murder? Do you not know that homicide is the worst possible crime that a person can commit?
Silly girl. That type of reasoning only works outside. You live in a different world, one that consists entirely of this school. In other words, the only law that exists here is the school regulations.
There's really a murderer among us? Yo, he said it. Who is it? Who's the killer? You damned criminal. Stop this bullshit now.
Eek, you're scaring me. A friendly reminder that bear hunting is illegal here. Anyway, don't be so mad. Relax. I'm here to help, not to harm.
Help.
You see, boys, weren't you having trouble because you can't enter the girls' restroom? But that will prevent a fair investigation from happening. So for this case, the restroom sensor will be disabled until the end of the class trial.
Yeah, I figured he'd do something like that.
Of course, this doesn't mean you can do whatever you want. As the headmaster, I promote healthy relationships between boys and girls.
Do you, though? I feel like you should have stopped someone if that were really the case, Monokuma. Okay, I'll stop harping on about that. Investigation? For what? When a friend of ours just died?
Investigate the case for the upcoming class trial. What else could it be?
Class trial?
That's right, didn't I tell you? In order to graduate, you have to win the class trial after murdering someone.
He did say that.
How will the blackened deceive the others while hiding their own identity? How will the remaining spotless find the blackened? Ah, the thrills! The investigation is all for that. Have you ever seen a detective who points out the culprit without any prior investigation?
You bastard! You've got to be kidding us!
Well, spend your time wisely till I call you again. Last but not least, here's a bonus for y'all,
Monokuma file?
I'll give you this, namely, the Monokuma file. It's meant to be a guide to those who haven't encountered this kind of situation before. It contains some useful information like the cause of death and fatal injury. Well, some of you are experts on this field and may not need this. But it doesn't hurt to have one, does it? Don't you want one too? Here you go. Boop, 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 boop.
The cause of death? How do you even know that?
Because I saw it through the surveillance camera. What do you think I do at night? Hibernating? Wrong. I'm always watching you.
Would that mean you already know the culprit? Who said that? Oh, fuck, I forgot she wasn't here. Glad to hear that. I was wondering if Monokuma was trying to trick us again. As long as I have a fair game, I'm fine. Makaru, where have you been all this time? At the entrance to investigate. I came here when I heard a body was discovered.
Liar!
What?
How can you be this late when there's a murder? Especially when you love to be so nosy like that.
Yeah, right. How are you the only one missing when we were all here? What are these morons talking about?
Just confess it already. Aren't you the killer?
Wait, stop. It's not the time to fight against each other.
What's this? Now I'm suddenly left out. Well, fine. I won't let this get on me. Everyone, good luck on the investigation and see you later.
And there he goes. After Monokuma left, no one dared to let out a word for a very long time. It was only natural. One of the 14 standing people here has murdered Kyoka. That familiar tension in the atmosphere, eyes doubting each other, the conflict was already at its climax. So, are we planning to do this forever? Huh? Will we stand here for the remainder of our time, doing nothing at all? Monokuma had said that the punishment awaits the losing party of the trial.
Punishment? Does that mean execution?
Indeed. We all die if we fail to find the truth. That's why we have to do this. I have to do this. I will die if I don't. By doing this, I will need to question every one of us and point out someone as the culprit. Still, I must do it. If I don't want to die, if I want to survive, it's inevitable. When I became aware of my surroundings again, I found myself unknowingly entering the girls' restroom. It hurt that I had to doubt a friend, but a weird yet more intense feeling was boiling up inside me. I want to know. Why did this happen to Kyoka? Who's the culprit that killed her? I want to find out. Curiosity took over my reason. And what do I want to do with it? I want to find that out as well. For now, it may be better to follow this intense craving for knowledge. Damn. I will do it. I will expose the culprit and survive this game. That's the only option I have, right? Yeah. Hey! Before starting the investigation, let's read the Monokuma file first. I might get something out of it. Okie dokie. Oh, it's in the little corner there. That's cute. The victim is Kyoka Maki. The estimated time of death is around 6 a.m. The body was discovered hanging in the girls' restroom of the student dormitory. The cause of death is a contusion on the What the fuck? How the fuck is that word? I don't know what that word is. There seems to have been excessive blood loss from the wound. You know what? I can look this up right now. Because I have a phone, which is also I'm also using it to record the audio, or my commentary. So this might sound weird for a few seconds, as I look up what that word is. Back of the head or skull. How do you say it?
Occiput.
Occiput. I don't know if you guys could hear that because it's coming out of the phone, which is also recording it, so I don't think you could hear it, but maybe you could. I don't know. Occiput. Okay. Contusion on the occiput. There seems to have been excessive blood loss from the wound. Okay. Is this it? Some more information would have helped. Well, I guess I'll have to start from here. Let's check anything that looks suspicious, and it might be a good idea to talk with other people so we can share our knowledge. I will find out the truth. Yes, I will. Okay. The investigation has begun. You have to collect truth bullets that will be used as evidence in the class trial. Go everywhere you can reach, and look closely at suspicious objects to collect truth bullets. The class trial will begin once you collect all of them. Investigate thoroughly. Oh, here's a handy tip. When you press shift, a mark will appear on top of things where you can find evidence from. This is entirely separate from the usual blue exclamation mark. Use it wisely. Okay. You can check on truth bullets that you have obtained in your e-handbook. Monokuma File 1 has been added to the truth bullets. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. I'm just gonna save really quick because that's what I like to do. Okay. Let's talk to people. Truly a regrettable incident. I have been bracing myself to a degree, but reality still seems capable of exceeding our worst expectations. It's making me feel like I'm out of hope, but we must find the culprit, both for Kyoka and our own good. I agree. We should investigate to the extent of our capabilities and combine our knowledge. Additionally, there are still several of us who are in a panic and need some time before joining us to investigate. If possible, I want you to comfort them and help them regain their composure. I think I'm one of those several people too, but okay, I'll try. Yeah. What are you doing up here? Is he throwing up? Oh.
Bleh.
Teria, are you okay?
Yeah. Can't believe someone really died. A real dead person.
Teria, it's not that I don't feel sad like you, but if we don't do this, we're gonna be killed.
I can't do it. And how am I supposed to investigate while I'm feeling like this? With someone who might be a murderer.
Listen, I won't force you to do anything you don't like. But if you keep being negative like that, we might lose an opportunity to uncover the truth, and that will mean game over for us. If that's what you want, keep standing there like that. Ugh. Damn, that was kind of mean. I mean, you're right, but like, I feel like you could have been a bit nicer about it.
Kyoka, damn it, you were alright last night. We had fun together.
It's only a few hours since we last talked with her.
But this is reality, right? I can't let myself be overtaken by grief. I can't say I'm smart, but I'll try, to the best of my ability.
Aw. I'm gonna find out who did this to you, Kyoka. Oh, he is a good guy. He is a good guy. Let's help each other out. Do it, Haru. Do it for her. Mikako, what are you staring at like that? Probably the body. The rope. There. Rope? It's strange. The rope hanging Kyoka is strange? The hook. Huh? Oh, she's right. I was too shocked by the sight of Kyoka's corpse to notice it earlier, but now I see that the rope is fixed to the ceiling bar by a hook. But how is it strange? It was probably just used to hold the rope in place. If it was done from the inside, it cannot be tied like that. What? Yeah, what do you mean by that? You going to explain? I thought we were finally having an actual conversation, but she went silent again. Still, I think she knows something. That means there's something about that hook. Okay. We got the hook.
Sniff.
Kanata, are you alright?
It hurts me emotionally to do this, but I shouldn't avoid it, right? Because this is our only option.
Yes, this is the only thing we can do. I'll do everything I can to help everyone as much as possible so we can uncover the truth. Thanks. Did you read the Monokuma file? Yes, there wasn't anything particularly remarkable. Kanata, do you think we can trust the Monokuma file? I mean, it might give us false information to throw us off. I came up with the same question and examined the body by myself. And I'm sure the information given in the Monokuma file is true. The time and cause of death mostly seems to match. I see. I thought it could be Monokuma's trap. Guess I should start from here, though there are very little clues. This is just my opinion, but don't you think Miss Maki's body looks a bit odd? Odd? My examination results agree with the Monokuma file statement that the cause of death was a contusion to the occiput. I already forgot how to say it. I think that's right. That would mean Miss Maki's fatal injury was on the back of her head. Then why is she hanged? Oh yeah, I don't see a reason for the culprit to hang her, unless they were planning to choke her to death? I was puzzled and proceeded to check Miss Maki's neck. The rope wasn't even tight. When a person is hanged, there should be a clear mark, or in worst cases, blue discolorations on the skin that was in contact with the rope. But there's barely a mark on her neck, and I can't quite understand the cause. Judging from the state of the body, I would rather say that the rope has simply wrapped around her neck than hanged her. So Kyoka was not hanged. We know the actual cause of death is a contusion. The rope has nothing to do with it. Then why? I think this will be important. Thank you, Kanata. My pleasure. My medical knowledge is far from perfect, but I'm glad I can help you. If only I was skilled enough to bring the dead back to life, Miss Maki wouldn't have gone through all of this. No one can ever bring a dead person back to life, so don't blame yourself, Kanata. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Maeda. I'll continue the autopsy in case I missed anything. And I feel bad for Miss Maki when I leave her alone, so just don't push yourself so hard. Kanata's testimony. Okay. Some stuff on the wall here. A viscous liquid with a dark yellow color is splattered on the wall. Jeez! It felt more slippery than I thought when I gently touched it. It's oddly disturbing. I tried smelling the liquid on my finger. Yuck! It stinks! What is this smell? It's somehow familiar. Have you smelt that liquid? Yeah. Do you know what this is? Well, I cannot say for certain, but I believe the odor is closest to that of rubber. Rubber? Yeah, that sounds pretty accurate. But it's not just rubber. It smells terrible, like an ugly mixture of rubber and oil. It's on the floor, too. What do you think it is? Maybe it's been here since the first day. No, that's unlikely. Does not look like that stain is heading toward Kyoka's body. Kenji made a convincing point. An explanation I can think of is the liquid trickled down the floor and trickled down the wall and to the floor, eventually flowing toward Kyoka's body. What? I think this is an important piece of evidence related to the case too, but I still don't have enough clues yet. Rubber-smelling liquid. I have no idea what... Okay, I see what it means now. I couldn't really see because we were standing on it, but I see what it means by it kind of leads to her body. I guess we just look at her body now. Ew. Kyoka's body. Ugh. This is a real death of a human. As I watched from up close, I felt like I was becoming extremely closer to death itself. Kyoka. Last night, it was Kyoka who saved me from losing my mind after watching the motive. In a situation where you can't even trust yourself, her bright smile drove negative thoughts away. Why did this happen to you? I shouldn't run away from reality. No matter what, I have to face it and move forward for Kyoka's sake. I think professionals like Saruki and Kanata already examined the body, but it wouldn't be a bad idea to look over it myself. Nope. Sorry, Kyoka. I'll check your body real quick. Struggling to keep myself from retching, I inspected Kyoka's body. According to the Monokuma file, the death happened around 3 hours ago. Only 3 hours have passed, but there wasn't even a tiny bit of life left in Kyoka's body. Anyway, the Monokuma file said the cause of death is a contusion to the occiput. I carefully examined the back of Kyoka's head. Yeah, that's blood. There really was a large bruise on Kyoka's head. It created a giant dip on the skin. Something's not right. How is there not a single drop of blood on the body when there's an injury like this? The culprit could have wiped it away to get rid of remaining evidence, but that would be pointless since the Monokuma file tells us everything. I mean, maybe they probably didn't know about the Monokuma file, to be fair. Kyoka. Huh? What's this? While examining Kyoka's body, I suddenly realized that she was holding something in her hand. A note. This looks like a piece of paper. With some effort, I pulled out a scrap of paper that seemed to have been ripped out of a notepad from Kyoka's stiffening clutch. A notepad. I wonder if it's from the ones Monokuma put in each of our rooms. There's something written on the paper. To the laundry room at 6. The any can be waiting. Huh. So obviously come to the laundry room. I wonder if the cam has to do with cameras and it's like there aren't any cameras in there. Which I don't even know if that's true or not. I'll have to check that out if I can. This would be a fairly important piece of evidence. 6 o'clock is precisely Kyoka's time of death. The killer must have called Kyoka with this. Torn note. Alright. I don't think there's anything else special. Plus, I don't want to touch a dead friend's body any longer. I silently prayed for her. Shift? What else have I not looked at? Oh, I didn't talk to... No, I did talk to you. Oh, the bloodstain on the floor? Oh, this is... There's a small bloodstain right in front of Kyoka's body. A bloodstain. Does that mean the hanging has nothing to do with the case? I'm sure hanging itself won't make you bleed. But there wasn't any notable bloodstains on her. All that was found was a thick clot smeared on her hair, on the hair near the bruise. I suppose the culprit wiped the blood on the body. Bloodstain near body. Is that everything? At least in here? I think it is. Can I leave? I can. Yuki, what are we supposed to do? Someone actually died. Situation might seem hopeless, but we have to try. If we don't, we're going to die too. We're gonna die? Monokuma told us in the class trial. If we fail to uncover the truth, we're going to be executed. We can't let that happen. What I'm saying is, it's hard to face what happened to Kyoka. But for her sake, we need to figure out the truth. Okay, I'll do it for Kyoka. I'm not much of an intellect, but I'll do everything I can. And when I find out the truth, I will never forgive the person who murdered Kyoka. She seems to feel a bit better. That's good. Is there anything in here? Yuki, are you alright? You look pale. That's my line. I mean, who would look good as ever when their friend was just murdered? This garbage dump. I came here to look for any signs of the culprit having attempted to throw away the evidence. Great idea. This certainly looks like a good place to do that. I think I'm close to finding something. What's this? A hammer? Yuki, that's... a hammer. There's blood on it. Blood? Dude, you've been here for like... did you not see this before? Then could it be the... Yeah, it's most likely the murder weapon. Is it? I mean, it might be that easy for the first case. The hammer was about 30 centimeters long, and the metal part was really hard. Kyoka was hit by this hideous thing. It must have been scary and painful. Bloody hammer. Looks like there's something else here. There is a crumpled sphere in the corner of the garbage dump. What the heck is that? Having lost its spherical shape, the strange object was leaking a dark yellow liquid with an awful smell. Ah! Yuck, the smell. This must be rubber, right? When I carefully touched the oozing liquid, I felt a slimy and thick stickiness. A rubber ball? Huh, maybe this is related to the case. I know there was nothing like this in the trash room before the murder. But what is this feeling? I feel like I saw something like this before. Yeah, you just saw it. What the heck is it, though? Like, where did that come from? Is there anything else to look at in here? Does not appear to be. Alright. Is there anyone around here? I don't know if we need to check the dorms at all, though I guess Tsurugi's right here. Hey, Yuki, how's your investigation going? Well, can't say for sure. Would you come look over here? I wonder if the nameplates are going to be important at all. Look what? The door? Don't you see that? Yeah, I see that it's your room. This is a key piece of evidence. Your room is a key piece of evidence? Not the room. Look at the nameplate. I don't know what you're trying to say, Tsurugi. I see that it's your room, but... No, this is not my room. Huh? What do you mean by that? Were they put on the wrong way? I don't exactly know what happened and how the nameplates were switched. They're switched? Yes, with Kyoka's, and she happens to be the victim of this case. Come over here. This is my actual room. That's... Next to the door that Tsurugi pointed at as his room was a plate that read Kyoka Maki. I noticed it when I was going around to call you guys in the morning. I wasn't aware of the murder back then, so I assumed I could manage it later. But looking back now, I think this tells me the overall flow of events. You can see what happened just from this? Well, roughly combined with evidence gathered from other places, I have some experience in this field after all. Alright, he is the ultimate police officer. He encountered actual murder cases before. He would certainly know what to do in this sort of situation. Switched nameplates. I don't know if that's relevant, though, because I would assume that Haru just mistakenly put them back on wrong. Unless he's the culprit. No, it can't be him. It's not him. No, I refuse to believe that. I refuse to believe that right now, okay? You can't do this to me right now. Also, doesn't it have to be a girl? Because, like, the sensors weren't disabled until after the body was discovered, right? So, like, how could a dude go in there? I don't know. Please just tell me there's not, like, any Chihiro-type situation. Please, we don't need any more of that. We don't need any more gender-related cases like that, please. But I'm gonna assume there's not for now. Yuki, beside that, I need to know something. Do you know who switched the nameplates around? Even if you say so. Ah! I remember from last night. Yeah, I was gonna say, I know you couldn't just remember the rubber stuff, but, like, I hope you at least remember this. Like, you're not that forgetful, right, Yuki?
Ha! Were you scared? Scared? You're such a coward. Begging for your life immediately at the spot? What an amusing sight. Pwah, so funny. Well then, though not on purpose, you still broke the nameplates. Should I call this a punishment? Anyway, put these nameplates back on. I'll really punish you if you don't. And keep in mind, you won't be exempted for a second offense, accident or not. Now, I'll pick up the broken pieces so you don't get cut. Oop-a-poo!
Yeah, I think I know who it was. Really? But even if he did, why? Make sure to hold on tight to that information. This nameplate is most likely related to the root cause of Kyoka's death. Tsurugi, are you okay with me not telling you who switched the nameplates? I won't mind it, but there's no need if you know who it was. We'll talk more in the class trial. If it bugs you so much, you could try talking with that person right now. The person who switched the nameplates must have been him. Let's go ask. Yes, let's go ask indeed. Let's go back in there. Haru? Yuki. Sorry for not being much help. I'm trying my best to investigate, but I don't understand anything. What should I do? Hey, Haru. I have a question for you. Huh? For me? What is it? When we were with Kyoka and Satsuki last night, what did you do after getting back from the restroom? Oh, that? You know that I broke the nameplates, so I just put the new ones back up like Monokuma told me to. You guys were gone by then. It was a bit lonely doing it all by myself, you know. That's why I said you should have done it before you took a shit, man. Is that all? Huh? What's the matter, Yuki? Did I say something wrong? I went straight to bed after putting them back on. Straight to bed. Okay. So the two nameplates that you broke yesterday, did they belong to Kyoka and Tsurugi? Huh, Kyoka and Tsurugi. Yeah, I think so. I'll be frank here. Since last night, the nameplates on Kyoka and Tsurugi's rooms have been switched. Switched? Yeah, Tsurugi said it'll be an important piece of evidence, but I couldn't think of anyone else than you that could have messed with them. And one of the switched nameplates belongs to Kyoka, the victim. Isn't this too much to be a coincidence? Wait a second. Switched? They're switched? Did I? What is it, Haru? It's probably my fault that the nameplates were switched. So, you really did? Why did you switch them? Is it because you're the culprit? No, I think he's just stupid. And that's fine. No, trust me, please, I'm innocent. Okay, I trust you. Well, that was easy. Okay, man. So can you explain why you switched the nameplates around? Well, actually, I normally don't pay a lot of attention to the dorm rooms, so it was a bit difficult to see whose room was whose.
I mean, I wasn't sure where Kyoka and Sarugi's nameplates originally were. Plus, that restroom trip in the middle just kept adding to the confusion. Aw, was it a big shit, man? I understand. And I didn't want to bother anyone when they've just gone to sleep. Plus, I still smelled like shit. That was a big one, bro. So I put them back based on my vague memory, but I must have done it wrong. I'm sorry.
So that's what happened. Alright. I don't know how this connects to the case yet, but it seems like an important clue.
I really didn't know. Don't assume I'm the culprit just because I did it.
I won't. Thanks for telling the truth. Haruhiko's account. Okay. I don't think there's anything else in there. Can we go in the boys' bathroom? We can, but there is no real purpose in doing so. What are you looking at this plant for?
Damn it. Why do I have to do this?
Kizuna?
What the? Who is it?
It's me, Yuki. Did I surprise you that much? She's sus, I'm not gonna lie. She was really shaken up by the motive video. I do have some suspicion on her right now.
Yuki. It wasn't you, right? You're not the killer?
Of course not. I would never kill someone.
Yeah, it's easy for anyone to say that.
Kizuna.
Whatever this class trial is, I don't care. I just want to get out of this fucking place.
Kizuna, try to calm down.
Just leave me alone. I don't want to talk to someone who might be a murderer.
It seems like Kyoka's death caused her to completely lose trust in others. What are you up to? What are you looking at, useless? Mikaru, when the murder happened, what made you come late? Why should I tell you? Besides, I told you not to talk to me. I was investigating in the entrance hall. There was something of particular interest. Was it more important than a friend's death? Friend? Since when were you guys and I friends? Well, I admit an actual murder happening was beyond my expectation. But should I be shocked by every single incident that occurs here? Hey, friend or not, I don't think that's how we should react to a person's death. Ha! So what? I was born like this. That's why I'm different from the rest of you. Why don't you quit wasting time and go investigate? The class trial is a piece of cake for me, but I'm not going to offer any help. Are you saying you already cracked the case? Absolutely. Are you playing me for a fool? This whole murder case is a joke. Not because you're the culprit? Haha. Now look at who's treating an innocent person like a criminal just because I was late. Suspecting your friend to be a murderer? Is that the mutual trust you guys were so busy talking about? But I don't know the culprit yet. And you look the most suspicious right now because of that extra time you took. Suppose I am the culprit. Can you give me a reason why I would commit murder? Do you think I'm foolish enough to be swayed by some dumb video? Then give a proper explanation. There's no evidence to back up your claim. Are you an idiot? Sure, there's no evidence nor any witnesses, but even if I was late for another reason, nothing would change from the truth. Coming late to the murder scene, despite the announcement, is suspicious enough. This is a waste of time. Get lost if you don't get what I'm saying. I have things to check on and can't spare time for morons. Mikaru, why do you always have to... Jeez, what a nuisance. Why are you acting so friendly anyway? Didn't you get enough? If you still want more, go see that brawny lawyer. He'll prove my innocence. What? Okay, well I guess we are backtracking a bit. Rei Mikaru, I can't understand her. Disregarding everyone else for incompetence, not even caring in the slightest bit about a murder. I'll have to admit her reasoning and research skills are exceptional, and becoming a top university professor at her age certainly isn't an easy thing to do. But does she have to be so hostile and antagonistic all the time? Well, this is not the time to think about that. The class trial will begin soon. I need to dig up more details about the culprit. That brawny lawyer Mikaru mentioned, that must be Kakeru. She said he'll prove her innocence. I should go talk to him. Alright, let's go. She was kind of a gaslight gatekeeping girl bossing us, but that's kind of, you know, good for her, I guess. I don't think it's her. I really don't. I don't think it's her. If she's gaslighting me with that, she succeeded. I don't think it's her. I think I found something, but I'm not quite sure. Kakeru, can I talk to you for a sec? Huh? What's the matter? I tried to ask Mikaru about the reason she was late. She kept insisting she was innocent, then told me you might know something. Oh, Mikaru, that aloof girl. God, I love the word aloof. Do you know why she came late by any chance? Yeah,
I should have said it earlier, but when we were all looking for her this morning, I knew where she was. It's just that I couldn't find the right time to tell everyone.
Really? How did you know?
I woke up at 6 in the morning.
6 in the morning, eh?
So I decided to head to the restroom. And that's when I saw Makaru. I asked her where she was going, and she said, off to investigate, now get lost. Then she went towards the school wing. If Makaru is saying the truth, it looks like Makaru really was investigating the entrance hall. But after that, when did you see her again? Well, after that, I went to the restroom and then directly back to my room. So I didn't see her until after the murder. All of us besides that's Yuki. Sorry about that. All of us besides Kyoka, Makaru, and Tsurugi were in the diner since 7 a.m. Makaru said she was in the entrance hall up until the announcement. None of us can really prove that, right? That's true, but I don't think Makaru is the culprit. Because, you see, I met her at 6 o'clock. According to the Monokuma file, Kyoka's time of death was also around 6 a.m. You're right. If Makaru went to the school building at 6, she wouldn't have had enough time to come back here, kill Kyoka, hang her and all. I wasn't in the hallway for long, but it was silent out there, and it didn't look like Makaru was going to head back my way. I suppose we can't say she's the culprit because of her being late then. Wait, does that mean Kyoka was being murdered in the restroom when I met Makaru? If only I wasn't so dense. It's not your fault, Kakeru. Don't blame yourself. The one who's responsible here is the culprit. No, it's Monokuma who caused all this. Well, and the culprit, but we don't have to unpack all that right now. Shoot, how could I have not noticed? Anyway, thanks for telling. No problem. Let's try investigating some more. Okay, we got that account. Assuming I don't find anything else interesting along the way, I do want to go to the entrance hall and see exactly what interesting thing Makaru was talking about. What the fuck do you have to say, bitch? Damn, this isn't ordinary business that's going on, bro. That goddamn Monokuma. A person died and we aren't allowed any time to give our condolences? Monokuma can be really cruel at times. At times? Yuki, have you got any ideas about the culprit? No, not yet. Me neither. God, I hope we're not doomed yet. Okay. Let me go. Oh, hey, Satsuki.
Yuki. What do we do? Kyoka's really dead?
Calm down, Satsuki. I know it can be confusing, but if you give up here, everything will be over for real. Think of what you can do right now.
Yes, so Satsuki came on an expedition to investigate the school building, because nobody seems to care about it. And got 0 clues.
Cheer up. Just remember that we need to investigate to move forward. Yeah, okay. Let me go down here before I go elsewhere around here. There doesn't really look like there's anything unusual here. An ordinary trash can. It was empty when I looked inside. Okay. Fire hydrant holding a water hose. No, I don't see anything in here. Door is still the same. Yeah. Okay, then I don't know what Makaru was looking at in here. That is the entrance hall, right? I think it is. I don't know if there will be anything in the classrooms. This note is still here? Yeah, that's the same. Okay. I guess I'll check the other ones too, just to be sure. Nope, doesn't appear to be anything in there. That's obviously where we're gonna go for the trial, so I'm not gonna bother going there right now. We should probably check in here, right? Just to check the boxes again. Motive videos, they made it harder for us to trust in each other. Okay, I guess there's nothing really in here. Yeah, okay, there's not really any new information in there, it looks like. What about these bathrooms? I guess, I wonder if the sensor is disabled for this girl's bathroom as well. We can try. This is the girl's restroom. Okay, well, it might be disabled, but Yuki still doesn't want to go in. Just checking if there's anything in the gym that we gotta look at. Let us see. Appears to be not the case. Okay. Just checking. Just checking. Okay. So I think what I want to go to next is probably the laundry room, because there was that note that said to go there, I'm pretty sure. Infirmary's still locked. Oh, what are you doing here? What is it now? Why did you come to me again? Well, you said there was something that caught your interest. I was wondering what it was. Which happens to be none of your business. Didn't I also say I won't give you help? It's more of a minor thing. Look inside the shop if you're curious. A useless guy like you won't see it anyway. Oh yeah? Watch this. Oh, never mind. We're in a cutscene. I was gonna hit the shift key to just show me what to look at. This is the antique store, a place filled with bizarre odds and ends not found anywhere else in the building. I thought the culprit might have gotten their tools for murder from here, but as I didn't come here very often, everything only looks the same. If only we had an expert on the store. Huh? Wait a minute, wasn't there someone? Stores sell things. Someone who's an expert of selling things. That person might know something about this. I should go ask him. Okay, that's a weird line of thinking, but alright, I guess we'll do that. I want to go to... this is the bathhouse. This is still locked, right? Yes, indeedy. Okay, well, let me go in the laundry room first. Aha! Look at that. Sudden sight took me by surprise. Blood in the laundry room? Wait, the body was in the girl's restroom. Why is blood splattered all over the floor? A bloodstain in the laundry room. What can I infer from this? Could it be? Laundry room bloodstain. Anything else in here? Nope. Alright. Before we go to Teruya, I think the only other place really to look is the storage room. And it still has all sorts of weird things in it with nothing to look at, looks like. At least I don't think there is. Yeah. Can we go in any of the dorms? Obviously this is ours, but I don't think we really have much of a reason to. It's locked, can't go into another person's room. Okay, yeah, we can't really go into those. Okay, let's go to here again and talk to Teruya. I'm assuming this is like the last thing we gotta do, because I can't really think of anything else to check. Yuki, what should I do? What should... Snap out of it, Teruya. We need to uncover the truth. But how can I walk around like nothing's happened when someone's dead for real? Nobody thinks that nothing's happened. We're only putting our feelings aside for something more important. You need to get over that despair. Even if you say so, my specialty's appraising and selling things, not this kind of job, and it's one of those fields where I screw up a bunch of... No, there is something that you can do. That's why I came to you in the first place. Something I can do? Teruya, didn't you visit the antique store pretty often? The antique store? It is true, I took quite an interest in that place. It has a ton of items of considerable worth. Speaking of that, I think the room looked a bit different this morning from what it used to look before. Really? Are you sure? I think so. I checked the place when we were looking for Kyoka and Makaru, and the layout of the room was slightly off from normal. You memorized the whole layout of the room? What you mean, the whole layout? It's common sense that a product needs to be in perfect layout to convey its full value to the customers. When I was 6, I learned the hard way how much the layout can influence daily sales. If you say so, then it must be true. Wait, why was the layout suddenly out of place? About that rope and hook, Teruya. Did you see them at the antique store? No, I didn't look over everything in there yet. But I can say this for sure. The storage didn't have anything like those. I'm positive. Then the culprit may have gotten the supplies needed for this murder from the antique store. How'd you figure that out? You're smart. Because of what you just told me, Teruya. It's all thanks to you. Thanks to me? Are you starting to feel better now? Always bright and cheerful. That's the Teruya I know. Yuki, you're right. I feel better after all this talking. Everyone will feel sad. I'm not an exception. But there's moments in life where we must do things that we don't want to, right? Let's find the culprit who murdered Kyoka. We'll figure out the truth. Yeah, of course we will. We can get there. Let's do this. I think I was able to cheer Teruya up a bit. That's a relief. Anyway, if what Teruya said is true, the culprit should be someone who went to the antique store after yesterday. Teruya's account. Is that the last thing? Yep. Sure seems to be the case.
Announcement from Headmaster Monokuma. Looks like all of you are tired of waiting. Shall we begin then? Our very first class trial. Everyone please gather at the carpeted door at the end of the school area hallway. I'll be waiting there. Ooh, boo, 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 boo.
All right, it's time. If we fail to identify the culprit in the class trial, we die. I really don't want to go through this, but I don't have a choice. This is the only way. The door with the carpet in the school area. I should go there. Is it just gonna... Okay, it's just gonna put me here. Alright, well, before we do that, save, double save, just to be sure. And I'm excited to see how the trial is gonna work in this game. I have no idea what it's gonna be like. So let's just go. This must be the place Monokuma told us to come. The courtroom. Alright, let's go inside. Ooh. Ah, Yuki, you're here. I was about to get worried. Were you trying to run away from your crime? Are you saying I'm the killer? Don't get ahead of yourself. We'll eventually find out the culprit, even if we don't want to. Even if it is the wrong answer.
Since we came this far, did everyone get ready? To be or not to be, dead or alive? That is the question.
Stop joking around. We're trying to be serious. Oh my god, that sprite. Jesus. That's definitely new. Hey, you all listen. Haruhiko is right. This ain't an ordinary trial. Our lives depend on it. So quit whining and pull yourselves together. Dude, he like totally changed when we're about to go to the courtroom.
Mr. Yamaguchi, what's wrong?
What's wrong? What's wrong with you guys? You're all loosened up. You'll never get anywhere near the truth with that mindset.
Pwah! It's like he switched into his alternate personality with a sneeze.
Yeah. Kakeru, did you eat something wrong? Shut your trap, wimps. I'm always like this in the courtroom. If you're pissed off by how I am, challenge me with the decisive proof in the trial. Where did that stammering coward go? I've always wondered how Kakeru became a lawyer with all his shyness. Though his sudden change came to me as a surprise, it made me understand why he was the ultimate lawyer right away. That powerful voice and spirit will surely give him a great advantage in court. The only problem is, he sounds more like a gangster than a lawyer. That's an interesting concept for a character that just kind of completely changes in the trials. I like that.
Yo, looks like everyone's here. Take that elevator and come underground. I'll be waiting for you guys.
It's time for real. Let's hope we'll do our best. Oh boy, here we go. Of course we gotta talk to everyone.
The class trial will start soon. We did our best, so let's hope that luck is on our side.
Whether you like it or not, we need to do this. Let's go. Damn, it's really gotten to this. Can we even make it back here alive? I don't know.
Dead or alive? Let's find out live.
Don't get me wrong, I know this ain't the right time, but wasn't that one mad personality switch? I almost fell on my knees when I saw that. Well, useless, ready to uncover the truth? Like I said multiple times, I have no intention to help you out. Have fun struggling. Alright. Kyoko will be watching us from up above. Let's find her murderer and help her find peace. Phew, I've tried my best, but I'm still not sure on this. I might need to hear what the rest of you found out to get a grip on it. I wonder how and why Monokuma is making us do this, though I suppose we have more important matters to handle. Come on, folks. Move, move, move. We've got no time to waste waiting for you slowpokes. To harm another human being means to defy heavenly law. Whoever committed the act must be ready to answer for their sin.
Huh.
Why are you quiet? I don't like that. Let's go. Let's go indeed. I'm gonna save again. I'm sorry, I gotta do it. Oh, what? Well, that line is not translated. I hope the rest of the trial Oh, dear. Oh, dear. I hope this is not a problem. Akane's saying something. Haru's saying something. Hopefully this is not important. It's just talking about going in the Okay, everyone's... I'm just gonna go until the trial, and we'll see if the trial is fine. But if not, then
I don't know exactly what to do. Huh. Well, let's see. Everyone's in the... Okay, well, this is back now. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna hope that that was just a one-off thing. I'll have to check, like, other people's playthroughs after this to see if that also happened to them. Because that was weird. I hope there was nothing too important there. But, alright, well, we'll just go with it for now. The elevator descends underground with a series of clinks and clangs. My favorite Pokemon. Gosh, this is gonna take forever. Which floor are we on? Okay, it seems to be fine now. This feels like we're going somewhere we can never come back from. Not concerned about our uneasiness at all, the elevator slowly approached its destination. Uh-oh. The door opened. We're here. And then we all get out. Why does he have 2 chairs there? Why does he have 2 chairs there? Huh, that's weird.
Oop-oop-oop-boo! Finally, I was dying to see y'all.
What is this place? It looks so flashy.
I set this special courtroom just for you guys. Isn't it sick? Other courtrooms would be nothing compared to this.
What the hell are you speaking? You call this a court? You better be kidding. This is a contempt of court.
Well, enough talking. Let's get over this quick. Stand where your name is written.
Okay. I'm guessing we'll just go on our own. Wowie zowie. Look at that. Oh, there's Kyoka's portrait.
Is everyone ready? We shall begin in a moment. Behold, the class trial.
A circular arrangement where we can see each other's faces directly. Despite Monokuma's mischievous, almost ridiculous attitude, there was a strange tension going around here. Oof. Kyoka. She was a playful friend, and though somewhat lazy at times, she shined with positivity at every moment. When everyone else panicked at Monokuma's motive, she managed to cheer me up. Kyoka, she left our side too early. What would have she thought at her final moment? Why did she have to die? Oh, here we go. And the cruel killer who murdered Kyoka. That cold-blooded, heartless killer is God fucking damn it. I'm sorry. It's never not going to be funny. I don't care. I don't care how dead the meme is. I don't care. I'm gonna laugh like a fucking dumbass every time I see it, man. Is hiding among us. I'm so sorry. I'm actually not, but it's just so good. And thus, Act 1 at Hope's Peak Academy begins. A life or death trial. A life or death deception. A life or death betrayal. A life or death mystery. A life or death lie. A life or death truth. A life or death class trial. Let's do it. Let's hydrate it up. Hydration time. Oh god, I leaked my water. Spilled it on my shirt. My awesome Mario Kart shirt. Gosh dang. It's slightly wet now. Okay, that's fine. Oh boy, alright. Court preparation. Now, let's find out how this works. I guess we'll view our truth bullets first. Just go over a nice review quickly. Feel free to skip this part if you find it boring or whatever. Monokuma File 1. File given us to us by Monokuma, covering basic details of the case. Victim is Kyoka. Time of death 6 a.m. Body was discovered hanging in the girl's bathroom. Cause of death is contusion on the occiput, back of the skull, back of head. There seems to have been excessive blood loss from the wound. Kanata told me something odd she felt during her autopsy. According to her, a hanged corpse should have a clear mark, or in worst cases, blue discolorations on the skin that was in contact with the rope. Neither was found on Kyoka's neck. We know that Kyoka died from a contusion. Then why is she hanged? Okay. Clean body. Monokuma file states that the cause of death is a contusion on the back of the head.
The back of her head was damaged, evidenced by a large sunken area of skin. However, there wasn't any visible bloodstains on the rest of Kyoka's body. Seems the culprit wiped them off. Torn note, a piece of paper that Kyoka was holding onto even in death. Part of it's ripped apart and indecipherable, but what's remaining of it could still provide some big clues. Come to the laundry room at 6. Something, probably something about cameras. I'm assuming the last sentence is like, I'll be waiting. And I'm pretty sure that implies that the laundry room is probably the true crime scene, if I had to guess. Drops of blood were left in front of Kyoka, although there were no notable bloodstains on the body itself. These blood drops on the floor suggest that there was a lot of bleeding from the wound. Does that mean that the culprit wiped the blood off her body? Yeah, we kind of have already inferred that. Rubber smelling liquid. I still don't know what the heck this is about. Strange liquid stuck on the restroom wall. Smells like stinky rubber. Stuck on the wall, on the floor below in a straight trail. Makes me think it's related to the case in some way. What would this liquid even be? Hook. The rope around Kyoka's neck was a hook attached to its end. Were hooks typically used to hang a person? But the ceiling bar is pretty high up and hard to reach by hand, so the culprit may have just used it to hold the rope in place. According to Mikako, there seems to be something strange about it. She said, if it was done from the inside, it cannot be tied like that. Oh, wait, I see what she means now by that. Okay, that makes more sense. She's saying they couldn't have done it from inside the bathroom, which means they could have been doing it outside the bathroom door, through the rope up there onto the bar, and then pushed the body inside. So that means it could be anyone now, not just a girl. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I understand that now. At least I think that's what that means. Switched nameplates. The nameplates on Kyoka and Tsurugi's rooms were switched. Tsurugi says this clue will tell us the overall flow of events in the case. I feel like I know who switched them. Yeah, we already kind of confirmed that. Last night, Haru broke Kyoka and Tsurugi's nameplates and was told to put back new ones by Monokuma, but he couldn't remember where each one was supposed to go and put them in the wrong place. This is why the nameplates were switched. Kakeru testified to have met Makaru heading towards the school wing around 6 a.m. Kyoka was murdered approximately at that time, so Makaru can be cleared of suspicion. That means Makaru really was late because of her own investigation. I guess she's very insistent on having her way. Bloody hammer. I found a bloody hammer in the trash dump. Mom was sure that this is the weapon used to kill Kyoka. The culprit probably threw it in the dump after the murder to hide the evidence. Burst rubber ball. There was a yellow rubber ball burst at a corner of the trash dump. A greasy liquid that feels both slippery and tacky is oozing from it. It smells awful. I think I saw, something similar to this before. Laundry room bloodstain. Kyoka's body was discovered in the girls' restroom. However, I found a large bloodstain on the laundry room floor. I wonder how this bloodstain ended up so far away from the body. Teruya has considerable knowledge about the layout of objects in the antique store. He said the layout this morning was slightly off from normal. Perhaps the culprit got their murder tools from the antique store. It makes sense since the storage has no ropes or hooks. If that's true, we should suspect people who entered the antique store since yesterday. Okay, so that's all that. I'm gonna save once again because they're giving me the option to. Does not look like we can really do much else. I'm gonna take one more swig of water here. You should do the same. Okay. Let's begin the class trial. See how this works. Trial arise. Let's go. So how does this work?
Let us begin with a basic explanation of the class trial, so your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out the culprit, only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that one who deceived everyone else will graduate.
One of us is the killer. Hey, Yuki Sprites, finally! We get to see him. I mean, we saw him before, obviously, but it's been a while. The culprit who murdered Kyoka.
Of course!
No way. I have to be in the same place as a real murderer? I can't do that. I know it's hard, but it's a must. We need to uncover the truth behind this case. And ultimately, reveal the culprit's identity. Wait, hold on. What's that? Oh, the portrait. That picture of Kyoka.
Wouldn't it be awful if she got left out just because she died? Friendship penetrates even death's barrier.
Hey! Let me ask you something just in case. It's crucial that we know this for the trial. This is really important, so be prepared to answer, dumbass. Can there be accomplices in the case? That will determine the entire course of our discussion.
Really important? Why, sure, I can tell you that. Now, accomplices in murder may exist. However, no matter how many accomplices there are, only the one who committed murder graduates.
I see. There would be no merit for the accomplice. Kakeru, he looks like a really different person.
That'll do for the preamble. Let's get started then. First up is the case summary. Now, let the debate begin.
The class trial. When Monokuma first mentioned it in the gym, I thought none of us would commit murder. Then a class trial would never happen. That's why I didn't think too deep about this. But it really started. The trial to find Kyoka's killer. If we fail to reveal the culprit in this trial, we'll be... No, I can't let that happen. I have to do this not only for me, but for everyone else too. To find out what really happened, and to reach the ultimate truth, I must do this with all my might. Alright, Yuki. A non-stop debate is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely! In a non-stop debate, you need to be on the lookout for contradictions in your fellow students' statements and refute them with a truth bullet. You can fire a truth bullet by moving the red crosshair over text marked in yellow and pressing confirm. A set of truth bullets taken from the list you obtained during the investigation will be given for each discussion topic. You must select the right truth bullet to refute the contradiction. Press Shift to change the selected truth bullet, needless to say, but firing a truth bullet at the wrong place will deplete your influence gauge. Complete depletion of the influence gauge will result in a game over, so please do be careful. You may skip through lines by pressing the arrow in the bottom right. Pressing the arrow in the bottom right. You just mean the right key? I don't know, but I guess we'll find out. Spin! Alright, let's see how this goes. Oh god, that is really making me dizzy, jeez. Okay, well we only have the Monokuma file, so... should be pretty easy to figure out. Oh wow, this is like... actually this... oh god. The cursor is like automatically moving. Let's start with the basics. Kyoka Maki was the victim. She was our classmate and friend, brutally murdered this very morning. Miss Maki, she was discovered in the girls' restroom, hanged by her neck. Yeah? But who could have done such a horrible thing? I'm not gonna worry about the voices for now. Look, you see, I still can't quite believe that a real murder happened here. I mean, this is ridiculous. Kyoko hanged herself and died by choking. How's that a murder? Okay, well, that's obviously what I gotta shoot. Hey! Cool. Break! Okay. Agility 50%, 10 point. Miss 0%, perfect. Oh, wow. What? I don't know what that was about, but that was okay. That's wrong, Teruya. Kyoka didn't choke to death. She didn't choke to death? Then how'd you explain the rope around her neck? The Monokuma file. Didn't you read it? It clearly states Kyoka's cause of death. Look, it says here. The victim is Kyoka Maki, the blah 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 blah. Cause of death is contusion to the occiput. There seems to be an excessive blood loss from the wound. See, according to the file, Kyoka didn't die due to choking. Her real cause of death is the contusion on her occiput, the back of her head. Yeah, but can we really trust that thing? I don't know if I can really trust something from that old jerk Monokuma.
What? Are you questioning my credibility? Oh, kids these days, they just love to judge a file by its cover. Listen, I do not tell any lies regarding the trial. I believe in fair trial more than anyone else.
Lies regarding the trial, huh? Okay. Keep that in mind.
Don't worry, Mr. Otori. I can back up the credibility of the information. Almost everything on the Monokuma file is true. I'll guarantee you as a physician.
So, if Kyoka died from a contusion on her occiput, someone must have hit her head from the back, right? I don't know why I said that weird. Hit her head from the back, right? Okay, she didn't kill herself, and another person killed her. Then I guess this really is murder. Well, duh, bro. Don't reckon that it's suicide just because you're too lazy to go through the trial. Our lives are at stake here, man.
Let us not waste our energy in pointless insults.
It's already stated in the Monokuma file, but to add on to my personal commentary, Kyoka's injury was very severe. The strike went through her skull and made a large depression on her head. Inferring from this, she probably died an instant death. What a devastating incident. This should not have happened.
We can put those commentaries aside and talk about what actually matters. If the injury was that severe, a hard object must have been used to strike her head. The murder weapon, you mean? Yeah, I expected someone bring that up around this time. No, won't us all talk about the murder weapon used to deliver the fatal blow to Kyoka? If Kyoka didn't kill herself, a blunt object other than the rope must have been used as a weapon. Let's delve into that some more. The murder weapon that struck Kyoka's head. We need to find out what it was. Well, it's probably the hammer. Oh, dizzy time. Dizzy time again. So let's see if the hammer comes up here. The hammer is the only thing that comes up here. That sure does make things easy for me, which I will certainly not complain about because I am a stupid doo-doo head. Culprit must have hit her head with a blunt object. Okay. I don't know why the cursor moves on its own. That should be the weapon. Oh, I should probably shoot that, but I'm going to keep going. What kind of object is the weapon? The strike on Kyoka's head was clearly deep enough to create a depression on her skull. Something that's able to cause an injury like that. Perhaps a long object like a bat or a stick? I don't know. What could it be? Yeah, is the things, like, supposed to move like this, or am I supposed to use my mouse? No, I don't think I'm supposed to use my mouse. I don't know. While the wound itself was very large, the size of the weapon wouldn't have mattered that much. And I think that object from the dump is most likely... Yeah. Okay. I took damage from that? Jeez! The culprit must have hit her on the head with a blunt object. Okay, it's very weird to skip this because the cursor moves. Okay, let me hit this. I mean, a hammer is a long object, but it's not like... That's not the part of it that matters, you know? It's not the stick that matters, it's the hammer itself. Alright, I don't really care about that stuff, I'm sorry. Ayame, that can't be right. In fact, I discovered this from the dormitory's garbage dump. Is that... It's a hammer. A small one you can easily hold with one hand. Is that what the culprit used to attack Kyoka? It apparently has blood on it, so it must be the weapon. The fact that it was found at the garbage dump indicates that the culprit attempted to get rid of it. How did you even find that at the dump? But can that tiny hammer really kill a person? Wanna try if you're curious? No thanks, I'm fine. Regardless of the size, a hammer is made of metal. With enough force at the right angle, killing a person in a single blow is not entirely impossible. To sum up, the culprit murdered Kyoka at once with a hammer strike from the back, then hanged her. But isn't it strange? If the killer just wanted to murder Kyoka, then why did they hang the body? Even if it was to cover up her real cause of death, the bruise and the bloodstains are still there. You can see that if it's a murder right away. You can? I thought it was suicide before Yuki told us. That's because you're a helpless idiot. Miss Maki's body didn't look typical of people who hang themselves in the first place. Too unnatural if it was meant to be framed as a suicide. Too unnatural. Yeah, it did look slightly different from a typical suicide by hanging. It looked unnatural because the rope was too loose, Kyoka wasn't hanging in the air, there was a bruise on the head. I feel like all of these are correct. I feel like these are all right. Like, if you just hang yourself, you're not going to have a bruise. If you hang yourself, you're also going to be in the air, and if you also hang yourself, the rope should be tight. So I'm guessing this feels like the most obvious one. But maybe it's this one, because that's what Mikoko, or whatever her name is, sorry, I forgot. It's slipping my head. That's what she talked about. I'm going to say this one, though. Okay, that was right, I think. Based on the animation. Kanata, do you mean the body looked unnatural because it wasn't hanging in the air despite the rope being tied on her?
Yes, that is correct. Don't you think so?
I got zero ideas about all this. Is he British? Is he supposed to be British? I don't know. I mean, I don't think oi is exclusively for British people, but it's typically what I associate with it. Idiot, you don't know how people die from hanging. They usually tie a rope in the air, stand on a chair or a similar object, and kick it off as they hang themselves. That way, there is nothing to step on, and eventually they are choked by gravity to death. Oh, I get it. If Kyoka committed suicide, her body has to hang down in the air. But Kyoka's body was down on the floor, even with the rope hung around her neck. This must be the point. It sure is weird. Why did the culprit hang Kyoka's body, then? It's simple. There are two possible explanations. The culprit either had a reason to do it, or was swear to God stupid.
The culprit is stupid?
Yeah, probably.
Would that mean Haru is the culprit?
Hey, she said the culprit is stupid, not that a stupid person is the culprit. I'm glad that I was correct to give him the himbo voice at the beginning. He didn't deny that he's stupid. Anyway, there is no way the culprit hanged her without thinking. There has to be a reason. What is the reason that this had to happen? I think I know what it is. To talk about that, we have to discuss about the culprit first. There is no need to repeat that. Revealing the identity of the culprit is the ultimate object of this trial, after all. So let us discuss about the culprit like Tsurugi said. But who is the real killer? I have no idea.
Me neither. How could there be a murderer among us? I can't even imagine who.
Hey, didn't we already narrow it down to half, to be honest? What makes you say that? Oh, interesting that you bring this up, buddy. Because what I was thinking, I mean, I already talked about this, but I think the reason that they hanged her was because it was to get her into the girls' bathroom to frame women. So, the fact that he's framing women right now is a bit suspicious. Mitch the bitch. Duh, use your brain, dude. Kyoka's body was found in the girls' restroom and hanged by a rope. Then shouldn't the killer be one of the girls?
What?
Hey, he has a point. Exactly. For example, Kizuna could be the killer. She didn't speak up once since the beginning of the trial. Or Miss Dark Circles over there. Huh?
One of them's the culprit? That's nonsense. I have no reason to commit murder.
Then why are you so quiet? It's hella suspicious. Dark Circles was always like that, but not you.
Huh. Shut up. I'm just trying to avoid talking with dirty killers. Miss Tamori, please don't call us killers. There's only one culprit. Monokuma said accomplices have no merit. Don't view us like that. Hell no! Kyoka's already dead. It could be anyone next time. I can't die here.
Huh? Do you know that unnecessary overreaction makes you look even more suspicious?
Shut up, Higa. How dare you spit out nonsense? The killer's a girl because the body was in the girl's restroom? It's not like we have rules here. Guys can certainly answer it too. Okay, well that's just blatantly wrong, but alright. Kizuna, you sound like a different person today. Why are you calling him by last name? Well, I guess her mask slipped. It's impossible for a man to enter the women's restroom. That might have been a possibility in the real world, but this place has a rule that forbids it. Am I right, Monokuma? Bingo! A man entering the women's restroom is considered a form of indecency and will be punished by a shower of bullets from the machine guns. The same goes for the opposite case. This applies to not only the restrooms, but also the locker rooms and the bathhouse that will be unlocked soon. Let's bear that in mind, hoo-hoo!
I see what you did there. It's true. Monokuma warned us when we found Kyoka's body and tried to step in. Come on, it's a matter of common sense that guys can never commit murder in the girls' restroom.
Ugh. It wasn't me. Why would I, of all people, commit murder? I'm not a criminal. If anyone is, it's that creepy bitch.
If Mitsuhiro is right, that means the culprit is either Akane, Makaru, Kanata, Ayami, Kazuna, Satsuki, or Mikako. No, I am not the culprit.
Satsuki, never ever killed anyone.
Yeah, if the killer is one of the girls.
Who else can it be besides her? Don't you agree, Rei Makaru? Huh? What's she even talking about?
Don't pull my leg. Weren't you late when the body was discovered? Everyone was there except for you. If you're not the culprit, why did you come late?
Huh. Is that all you have? I told you back then. I was late because I was investigating at the main entrance.
Nobody believes you. You have no evidence.
Well, surely. She was a bit suspicious. I'm not trying to jump to conclusions, but you did come late. Makaru, can you prove what you said? If you need proof for something as simple as this, it would be better for you to die here, airhead.
Trying to back out? Gotcha, star. We found the answer. This bitch is the killer.
Hold on. I suggest that we think about this some more. Coming late to the scene is sure to draw suspicion, but... would it also mean that Makaru is the culprit? No, that's impossible. I know that Makaru really was at the entrance hall to investigate. There was evidence pointing to her innocence. It was... where is that guy? Here he is. Kakeru's account. There we go. Hold on. Makaru is innocent. I mean, I don't think we really know that for sure, because I think there was still some time unaccounted for, but... well, I guess no, because... yeah, he saw her at 6 a.m., which was the time of the murder, so that does still add up. She really was at the entrance to investigate at that time.
Huh? How can you be sure? Did you see it yourself?
No, but... Kakeru, you know it, right? Mekaru's innocence? Why did I say Mekaru? Aha! You said it, Yuki! Listen up, fellas. Rei Makaru is innocent. I, Kakeru Yamaguchi, am the witness. Huh.
Mr. Yamaguchi, is there something you know about this?
I woke up around 6 a.m. with an urge to go to the restroom. I had to take a big shit! As I was heading there, I encountered Makaru. She said she was going to investigate the school wing and walked away. The next time I saw her was after the murder occurred. Which means Makaru is innocent.
Did you get what he's saying? Tatsuki sees the logic but can't understand a thing because of all that shouting. Poohaha!
Basically, he saw Makaru heading towards the school in the morning, which proves Makaru's claim.
Wait, but the body discovery announcement was at 8 o'clock. There's 2 hours in between the time you saw her and the murder. 2 whole hours! How does that prove her innocence?
Kazuna, think about the time again. It's true that Makaru didn't show up until after we found the body, but Kyoka's estimated time of death was 6 a.m. In other words, it's impossible for Makaru to have murdered Kyoka since she went to the school wing at 6 o'clock. Sure, she could have turned back as soon as Kakeru went back to his room, but there wouldn't be enough time for her to hang Kyoka's body or throw away the hammer. This is the reason why I'm saying Makaru is innocent. Oh shit! We have rebuttals in this? Do we actually? Seems to be the case. I am not good at these. Wrong! That's not enough to say she's innocent. Why? We even have a witness, Kakeru.
No, there's a hole in your argument. I'm sorry, but I've got to make this rebuttal. That's the only way to make that Four Eyes admit her crime and end this stupid trial.
Alright, I hope this is easier in this game, because, I'm not good at these. Rebuttal Showdown is about to start. Would you like to hear more? Please tell me. A rebuttal showdown is a one-on-one debate with the person who disagrees with you. Your opponent will put forward their argument and continuously press on you. Press confirm to slash the opponent's words. Just like in non-stop debate, you can refute text marked in yellow by pressing shift. Okay. You can switch your truth blades with the left and right arrow keys. Use the right truth blade at the right contradiction as you did in the non-stop debate. Okay, so this time it's shift to actually do it. Z to just slash. Okay. And then arrow keys to move through evidence. Okay. Shift key won't work on non-yellow text, and press and confirm will slash arguments in the order they were said. Be careful though, since not all arguments will go down with a single slash. Your influence gauge will take damage if you refute the wrong argument. Your focus gauge will take damage if you fail to completely strike down a piece of white text. Just a little warning, if you have 0 focus and fail to strike down with white text, your influence gauge will take damage instead. Okay. Rebuttal Showdown. Okay, I hope this goes well. Clean body. Okay, well, we only have one,
so that's good for me. I'm stupid. Kyoko died around 6 a.m., I know that. And yeah, Kakeru and Magero were around 6 a.m. too. But who said you had to murder someone right in front of that person? Makaru could have killed her remotely from some other place. I don't necessarily disagree with that. I don't think that's what I gotta do. Kill her remotely? How? Kyoko was murdered by a hammer. How is it possible? Oh yeah, that's true. It's possible for her to kill Kyoko with a hammer when she was talking with Kakeru. I just meant the crime scene is different. It's more than possible, for example, she could have tied the rope around Kyoko's neck in advance. Oh shit, I forgot to knock her out or something. And set the hammer down the ceiling on her, blah 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 blah. It's so hard because I gotta read this stuff. Setting up a trap to kill, then activate it from a place. Would that be possible? Leave it were possible. Okay, so I think I gotta hit the second one. Looking at Kyoko's body told me that wasn't the case. The murderer had to be close to her. I just have to tell Kazuna why. Okay, so only my stars take damage. I know that. Okay. Do. Wait, is this what I have to do? Might be this one, actually. Okay, it was that one. Yeah, okay. Because the remotely thing doesn't make any sense, actually, at all. Okay. There we go. That's fine. I don't care about the stats too much. Kazuna, it's impossible to kill Kyoko remotely. How come? I told you... Well, technically it's possible, but it's not the answer for this case. It's because her body was too clean. The body was too clean? Remember how Kyoko's body looked like? Kyoko's head did have a large bruise and was all sticky with blood, but that was it. The blood under her hair didn't even flow very far. Her clothes were clean too. Isn't it strange? A bruise that's severe enough to create a dent on her head, and not a single drop of blood got in her clothes. There's only one reason for this. The killer wiped off the blood at the same time Kyoko died? Yes, I agree with Yuki. I was wondering the same thing while I examined the body. But can you stop bleeding from a wound that big just by wiping it a few times? My nosebleeds never stopped that easily when I tried to wipe them off. It doesn't take long for blood to, what the fuck is that word? Coagulate? In room temperature. A nosebleed is from an injury inside the nose, but Miss Maki's bruise was directly exposed to the air. About 5 minutes of pressure would have been enough to stop her bleeding. And Miss Maki likely died an instant death, so the actual amount of bleeding might not have been much due to lack of circulation. Huh? But if the culprit wiped it off as soon as Kyoko died... Right. If the culprit killed Kyoko remotely from a distance like Kazuna suggested, Kyoko's body would be covered with blood by the time they got to wipe it off. Also, they'd have to risk the blood getting on her clothes when there was no way to wash it off. What do you think, Kazuna? Anything left for you to say? Ugh. Why? Why are you siding with Four Eyes? I wasn't really siding with Makaru. True, why would Useless stand up for me in the first place? I don't care what you think of me, but don't use it to justify framing someone else in a trial. If we choose the wrong person based off your petty emotions, everyone here is going to die. Did you still not understand the rule of this place? Fine, do whatever you want. Yes! Then is Makaru fully proven innocent? Is everyone clear on that? Why are we suddenly talking about Makaru, though? If I remember correctly, she faced our suspicion after Mitsuharu said the killer was among the girls. Makaru, we apologize for suspecting you. Shrug it off. No matter how much you contempt and disdain me, I don't give a damn.
Makaru, she has the guts.
Is that a fucking Arby's reference? Like, was that supposed to be said with, like, the Arby's? We have the meat, or whatever the fucking thing is. We have the meats. I don't know. Shoutouts to Arby's, though. Then, we can safely assume that Makaru and Kakeru have an alibi. Well, we already crossed out Kakeru. Didn't you say the killer is a girl?
Hold on. Even if Four Eyes is innocent, I'm not gonna take that. The killer cannot be a girl.
I agree. But there's no other possibility. The killer had to be able to enter the girls' restroom. Who else other than the girls can enter the girls' restroom? And why are you being so fussy if you're not the culprit? You feeling guilty or something?
I told you I'm not the killer. I mean, it's just not fair. You can't assume me as the killer just because I'm a girl. And you don't even have solid reasoning.
Oh, come on. If the rule that boys cannot enter the girls' restroom is not an acceptable reason, then what is?
The culprit is a girl. But is it really like that?
This isn't good. We can't reach an agreement if we keep fighting. Ultimate Leader, we're waiting for you to come with a plan.
Ugh. There's no need. In fact, I'd highly encourage this sort of debate. Huh? I see the current situation as a perfect chance for all of us to understand the culprit's strategy. What do you mean? Everyone's just fighting each other right now. Think about why you were led to believe that the culprit is a woman. If you can figure that out, you'll be able to reach the answer from there on. I think he's figured it out. Why did we come to think that the culprit is a girl? The body was in the girl's restroom for sure. Then, is the culprit a girl just like Mitch said? I think we're still missing something critical. I have to point that out. Spinny time! Okay. I'm assuming this is where we bring up the hook and the rope. Because they, push the body in there. Okay, never mind. Torn note and laundry room bloodstain. Then I have no idea what we're going to try to prove here. Culprit is definitely one of the girls. I said I'm not gonna take it. Okay. I said it does sound convincing. The body was indeed discovered inside the woman's restroom. Didn't kill anyone. I feel like both the note and the bloodstain apply to the laundry room. I assume I have to talk about the laundry room here. Kyoka's murder and the hanging occurred separately from one another. I do agree with that. But the murder still happened in the girl's restroom, right? No. I wish I could shoot that. Culprit must have murdered Kyoka inside the restroom. Ah, shifted it. Go! Hit that! Did that go? I think I got it. Okay, got it. God, it is hard to read that text when it's on the side and also very pixelated. Oh, jeez. I do not like that. That is not good. Thankfully, I made it through. No, Haru, that's not true. Not true? What's not true? We've been missing something critical. I'll cut to the chase. The culprit can certainly be a guy, too. Huh? What are you talking about? Guys couldn't go in the girl's restroom. How do you commit a murder in a place that you can't even enter? Excuse me. That doesn't matter. All this time, we thought the murder occurred in the girl's restroom, since that's where the body was found. But where the murder actually happened was a totally different location. Huh? What you mean? The body was at the girl's restroom. Oh, I get it. Looks like everyone finally got it.
That reminds me, the Monokuma file only stated where the body was discovered, not the place where the actual murder occurred.
A critical point indeed. We weren't paying attention to the real deal while being distracted by superficial things. Huh. You should have seen it at your first glance. Wait, hold on. If Kyoka wasn't murdered in the girl's restroom, if the culprit killed her in another place, then moved the body to the restroom, those could be all done by someone who's not a girl. Come to think of it, Kyoka's body was quite close to the restroom entrance. Then, was Kyoka murdered somewhere else? I did not do his voice at all there. How did you reach that conclusion, Yuki? I bet you had some kind of supporting evidence. Yeah, in fact, I found a puddle of blood in the laundry room.
The laundry room? That place sounds so irrelevant.
The bloodstain says everything. Kyoka Maki was murdered in the laundry room.
The laundry room. I have seen Miss Maki there a few times, but her time of death... Why did she go to the laundry room at 6 a.m. in the morning?
Yeah, I know she was an early bird, but I don't think she would get up that early. The reason Kyoka headed to the laundry room... Didn't I find something that can answer that question? Yes, it's the note. The clue was the torn note. There we go. Everyone, can you look at this for a second? Look at this note.
What's that?
I found this from Kyoka's body. It looks like a scrap piece of paper from the notepad Monokuma gave us. Kyoka was holding it tight in her hand.
Would you like me to read what it says? To the laundry room at 6. The any can be waiting. It's all raggy and torn. Take a closer look. It clearly mentions that place in the parts that we can read. I see, the laundry room. Moreover, the words that really matter are still intact despite the missing parts. From the parts that are left, I think the full message was, so come to the laundry room at 6. There aren't any cameras there. I'll be waiting. Something like that. That was so sick, Saruki. You completed the note just from its parts. Hey, I did it too. It's my speculation, so I can't assure that it's completely identical to the original sentence. But it should be the same overall. Is it ripped because the culprit tried to pull it out by force?
I believe so. Maybe the culprit wasn't able to remove the whole paper from Miss Maki's hand due to, rigor
mortis? No, I just look at that and I think of the name Satellik's meme, and you just see like a circle point to that, and it's just like, Rick and Morty! My brain is so fucking awful, I'm sorry. That means Kyoka got that note from someone and went to the laundry room at the designated time without knowing what's about to happen. Shoot, why would anyone use those kinds of cheap tricks?
Huh? Satsuki's confused on the part that says, there aren't any cameras.
Perhaps it was intended to make the note look like some sort of secret talk?
Nope, that's not what Satsuki meant. Are there really no cameras in the laundry room?
There is.
Whoa, what a surprise. You can talk?
Between the ventilator and the clothesline. Yes, I saw it too. The culprit just wrote down meaningless nonsense as bait. Kyoka, just why? I apologize for the untimely interruption, but may I speak for a moment? Kinji, what is it? Kyoka was murdered in the laundry room, although we can now be certain about this statement. Is it not too early to conclude that a man could be the culprit as well? Huh? While it is possible for a man to commit murder in the laundry room and carry the body to the restroom, recall the fact that Kyoka was not merely lying on the restroom floor. She was hanged by a rope attached to the ceiling. Have we forgotten this already? Oh, you're right, bro. The murder could be done somewhere else, but you'll have to enter the restroom to connect a rope to the ceiling. So the culprit really is a girl, then? What? Are we back to where we started?
Seriously? Guys, you want to think the culprit is a girl that bad?
Bunch of women haters here, dude. No, but Kinji is not wrong. It's impossible to tie a rope to a pipe inside the restroom, unless you are inside as well. Not necessarily. See, the killer is one of the girls. But wait, it's too early to make that conclusion. I agree. Can there be a way to hang the body from the outside? Yes. If Kinji is right, the killer cannot be a guy. But if there's a way to refute that logic, I have to come up with it. I have to come up with that, even if the chances are less than 1%. No. We know exactly what it is, Yuki, don't worry. This isn't a drill. A single mistake can kill all of us. If we put our heads together, we'll be able to find the answer. Spinny time! Okay. This is probably where the hook comes up, for sure. For sure. If the hook is not here, I'll be so surprised. Hook, there we go. Okay. That's gotta be it. Let's immediately switch to that. God, I still wish I knew why this cursor just moves. It's so distracting. Way to hang the body from the outside. Is that really possible? Yes, it is. What if the culprit used a tool for it? Oh, I could just agree with this right now. I don't know if that's... They didn't explain consent in that, so I'm kind of surprised to see that, but... Yeah, I do agree with that. Sorry if I miss any dialogue in those debates. I just kind of... I don't know. I find it to be a bit nauseating in this game. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I understand they did what they had to do with this format. But I just kind of want to get through them as fast as I can. So I'm sorry if I skip any important dialogue. Feel free to let me know if there's any funny stuff that I miss. That's it, Ayame. You can use a tool. A tool? But how? I almost forgot. The tool that was tied to the rope. It's right here. Do you see it? Looks like a hook to me. A hook? The rope had something like that? You didn't see it? I'm starting to get impressed by the extent of you guys' stupidity. But Useless made a good point this time. You're right. Looks like you got it correct. So, what about the hook, dude? The culprit must have thrown this hook with the rope attached to connect it to the pipe on the ceiling. That way, the rope is all set. Afterwards, they can tie the other end to Kyoka's neck and push her body inside. Wouldn't that be possible to do without actually entering the women's restroom?
Yes, it is. This is our answer.
Hold on. Look how the rope is tied to the pipe. It's been twined several times around the pipe. Is it possible to do it with that heavy-looking hook on the rope? I mean, I think that's how, like, grappling hooks work.
Oi, he's right. It's fastened by the hook, but the rope went around several times.
I know. It's nearly impossible to tie a rope like that when there's a hook attached.
What the? You said it like it's possible.
That's why the culprit used another tool to secure the rope onto the pipe. Oh, that's where the sticky stuff comes from. Ah, okay. I still don't know what exactly that is. What is that another tool? Another Despair Academy. Seems like Makaru is the only one who realized what it is. Well, can you tell us, Makaru? Like hell I realized. I knew it from the very beginning. And if you're trying to sound me out, quit it. I already said that I have no plans to offer any help. Besides, it looks like Useless over there got a hold of it anyway. Why don't you ask him?
What? Me? Yuki, can you tell us the answer?
Well, it's... Oh, you didn't? Sorry about that. I guess that question was too hard for your non-functional brain. I won't forgive myself if I don't give an answer after hearing that. In fact, I'm sure I can. I found that object during the investigation, didn't I? A tool other than the hook was used to secure the rope from the outside. That tool was... Okay, well, I think it's this, but do I have to hit that or the ball? Because this feels like the tool itself, but... And this is just like an effect of it. But that's also closer to the crime scene, so I feel like that's more correct. I'm gonna go with this, because this feels like the actual tool. Okay, that was right. I wonder if it would have accepted both. Maybe it would have, I don't know. Good. And one more thing. There was a key piece of evidence that can prove this tool's involvement. Okay, yeah, okay, so we are selecting both. Either way, I was worried for nothing. Anxiety, baby. Ah, I got it. I figured out the other tool used by the culprit. It's the rubber ball. Rubber ball? What's a rubber ball? It's like a bouncy ball. Have you ever played with them when you were young? It's full of some kind of viscous liquid that makes it bounce back up when it hits the floor. Oh, really? Dead ass? I didn't know that. I didn't. That's why I was so confused. Oh, I know. I made some improvements to it and sold it overseas under the name Hyperball. Did I tell you all that it's still selling great? How is it relevant to the case? You better tell us quick, Yuki. Okay. I figured out the way the rubber ball was used in the murder just now. After Tsurugi said the culprit used another tool to set the rope in place, I tried to relate the act of winding the rope with the circumstances of the murder. I think we can be certain about the culprit using a hook since we found one on the pipe. But as Mitch pointed out, it's impossible to wind the rope like that with the hook alone. Putting the hook after setting up the rope wasn't a choice either because there's no way to get the rope around the pipe by itself. Besides, they'd have to step inside to attach the hook. That's why the culprit used a rubber ball. Before using the hook, the culprit tied the rope around the rubber ball. Then they threw it inside the restroom, between the pipe and the ceiling to be more exact. Oh. That way the ball would hit the wall and bounce back towards where it started. If you repeat this multiple times, you get the rope around the pipe with the ball returning to the entrance every time. All's left is to remove the ball and tie a hook to throw it on the pipe. But the culprit probably faced something that wasn't part of their plan here. The rubber ball burst because of the pressure from rebounding off the wall. It spilled its contents all over the wall and the floor, which is still left at the scene.
This is how the culprit tied the rope without going inside the girls' restroom. The hook and the rubber ball were used to make it look like it was done from the inside. Oh, so that must have been the stinky liquid on the wall. I thought it was cheese. Well said, Yuki. I agree with you. Well, if our ultimate police officer says so, I guess he's right. Everyone, did you notice something after getting to this point? Notice, what? Think closely. We were talking about the possibility of a man being the culprit. But don't you think it should be the opposite after going through all this? Wait, what? Opposite? My explanation involving the hook and the ball. It was to prove that it's possible for a guy to be the culprit. But if the opposite of that is true, I don't know what he's actually getting at here. Wait, what? Wait, I'm confused. How? Why would the opposite of that be true? Huh? I wish I could go back and look at that wording again, because I'm really confused about that. I don't understand how... Or I don't understand... I don't really... Not really how. I don't understand why a woman would go through all that if they can just go inside. I mean, I guess maybe to... Like, it's just complete reverse psychology, because I was like, it has to be a man, because a girl would have no reason to do all that, but, like... And, you know, a guy would try to frame a girl, but I guess the opposite could be true, that a lady could be trying to frame a man with that reverse psychology. So, is that what he's getting at? I mean, I guess that's a possibility, but I wouldn't say that means it's confirmed. I mean, they said the opposite, so this is what I'm assuming they want me to pick, but I'm still a little confused by this. Oh. Okay, never mind. Then I don't know. Yeah, okay, well... Why did... I guess I just did not understand the opposite sentence, and that just confused the heck out of me. Sorry about that. Yeah, okay. That's right, we were going in the opposite direction ever since. Opposite direction? What are you talking about? We thought that the culprit was a girl, so we thought of a way to hang Kyoka from outside the restroom, based on the assumption, what if a guy could be the culprit as well? Turns out, that wasn't the case. It's very unlikely that the culprit is among the girls. The killer is definitely a man. What? It wasn't me. Hey, how so, bro? Why is it suddenly like that, bro? Think about what we just went through. The culprit undoubtedly used the hook and the rubber ball to connect the rope to the ceiling. Now, suppose the culprit was a woman. Would there be a reason for her to use such complicated measures when she could have simply stepped inside and tied the rope directly? That makes sense. It looks like the culprit had to do it without going inside the restroom. Furthermore, even if the culprit was a woman and had to use the hook or rubber ball for some reason, they would have been able to clean the stain on the wall afterwards. Right, as I mentioned before, the culprit probably didn't expect the rubber ball to burst. To clean the liquid off the wall, they needed to get inside the restroom. But they couldn't, because guys can't enter the girls' restroom. I can't say it with absolute certainty, but it's the most reasonable explanation we can think of. There would be no reason for the culprit to intentionally leave traces in the murder scene. I mean, the liquid stain on the wall was a big hint for figuring out how the ball was used by the culprit.
Aha, Star. That automatically gives us girls an alibi, right? Plus, even better, Yuki, Teruya, Haruhiko, Mitsuhiro, Saruki, Kinji, and Kakeru. We know one of them's got to be it.
Hold on. What if the culprit was a woman and tried to make us think this way all along? I highly doubt it. The reason the culprit hanged Kyoka in the first place was to make us think that a woman did it.
Oh, so it had nothing to do with disguising it as a suicide from the start.
Indeed, everything was to lead us to thinking that a woman is the culprit. In other words, the culprit wanted us to think that way. So they wouldn't become a suspect!
All because the culprit himself was a man! Everything's connected now!
I found it strange to find the rope on Miss Maki's neck being too loose. In retrospect, I see that was the case because the culprit didn't intend to make it look like a suicide at all.
I can't believe it took this long for you to reach that point.
What's up with you talking like you already knew all this stuff?
Because I already knew?
What?
I already have everything worked out. Who the culprit is, why they killed, anything you could possibly think of. What? And you just stood there in silence when you had all the answers? How many times will I have to repeat this? I have absolutely no reason to help you out. That is objectively not true. Makaru? This isn't a competition. If you don't share what you know and we end up voting for the wrong person, you're going to die too. Of course, I'll share my knowledge when it gets to that. But even without me, you still have Tsurugi Kinjo over there to help you. And Useless, you're getting pretty close to the truth too. I was actually surprised. Perhaps you weren't completely useless after all, monkey. Monkey?
Ah!
Geez, she's real smug. Well, she's always been like that. We should ignore what she says and keep moving on. Sure, I believe we left off from saying the culprit is a man.
Aha, Star, I wonder who it is.
Wow, she must be really excited by the tables turning. Although we know now that the killer is among the men, we still need to specify one person out of 7. Is there any kind of clue to narrow down the list?
Well, if Miss Makaru was able to work out the culprit's identity, there must be a clue pointing to the killer somewhere.
The problem is, we don't know what that clue is. Tsurugi, a little help here, like something that can nail the killer? I do have something in mind, but you shouldn't rely on me for everything. All of you should figure the case out by yourself and understand the reason behind our final verdict. Kyoka. Ugh. Hey y'all, Scott here. Any ideas about the culprit? Well, nothing in particular, I suppose. We're almost there. We know that the culprit is one of the guys. And just to remind y'all, it's not me.
That reaction is making you look even more suspicious.
Just like you from a while ago.
What'd you just say?
Eek, I'm sorry.
Wasn't that out of character, Kizuna?
Since most of you seem to be having trouble with this, let me suggest going around. How about we all think of something else first? Such as? Don't you want to know why Kyoka died? Why Kyoka had to die? Of course we do. Kyoka was always full of spirit and a nice friend to us. She didn't deserve to die. To begin with, 2 people were indirectly involved with Kyoka's death.
2 people?
Are you implying that there are 2 culprits? No, I'm not saying those two took part in murder, but they heavily influenced the events leading up to Kyoka's death. I think he's talking about, okay, well, I don't know about the culprit part, but Haru and Setsuki, because if they were interacting with her last night. The point is, Kyoka died as a result of someone's mistake and the culprit's misjudgment that stemmed from it. Oh, no! Oh, I just realized! Oh, that means that... okay. Okay, so it's not Haru. I'm fairly confident it's not Haru. But that means that she still died because of him, and he's gonna feel terrible because of that. Oh, no! Oh, that sucks. Mistake and misjudgment? I need the help of a certain someone to explain this. Yuki, could you help me out? Me? Do you remember the conversation we had in the hallway? The one over the nameplates. Oh, you mean that one? Yeah. You told me then that you know who caused that change to the nameplates. I don't have knowledge regarding this matter, so I'd like for you to provide us the context.
Hello, I've got 0 ideas on what the 2 of you are talking about.
Oh, okay. I'll explain it to everyone.
Yesterday, while all of us were in shock after Monokuma showed us the motive, there was a minor incident that happened. The people who know about that incident are me, Haru, and Satsuki. And finally, Kyoka. Huh? They don't look like they know it, though? Yeah, well, they're just kind of dumb. It's fine. Haru, Satsuki, did you forget what happened before nighttime yesterday? With the nameplates? Oh, that?
Oh, you mean the thing with Haru's triple spin?
Yeah, would you mind explaining to us what happened back then? I think there's something you didn't know about it. I'll tell you when we get there. Okay. Spinny time! Okay. What have we got this time? Bunch of accounts. God, I don't remember what these things are. How do I pause? Can I pause this at all? I don't know. Asami, Satsuki, and Kyoka were hanging out together to distract ourselves from the motive. They accidentally fell down and broke the nameplates. That is true.
Gee, it was really fun to watch. Triple spin.
I was freaking out over damaging school property. Monokuma showed up and said that he won't punish me since it was an accident and left me with a new set of nameplates. He told Haru to put the new nameplates back where they belong. Okay. So Haru put them back on the right place. Okay, well that's wrong. I think Haru's, admitted to putting them on them wrong. Jesus, I hate that cursor moves. I don't know if that's a glitch or not. I will have to look into that. And hope it doesn't happen in the next trial. But for now, just gotta deal with it. No, Satsuki, there's something wrong with what you just said.
Yo, what's wrong?
Although Haru did put the nameplates back, he didn't know that he made a mistake while doing so. Yuki, that's... He forgot where the two nameplates originally were, so he put the new ones in the wrong place. What? He forgot about something that was right in front of him seconds ago? Oh, he went to the restroom before putting them back, so I think he got confused somewhere in the middle.
Huh, okay. I get how much of an idiot Haruhiko is. How is that related to Kyoko's murder?
That would be because the two nameplates Haruhiko had to replace belonged to Tsurugi Kinjo and Kyoka Maki. Right, Yuki? Yeah, right. Kyoka's room was next to mine, and Tsurugi's was next to hers. But because Haru thought the other way around, the nameplates on their doors were switched.
Mr. Kobashikawa, was it your intent to do so?
God, I haven't read his last name since he introduced himself. Anyway, Haru, shouldn't you already know? We talked about the nameplates being switched when we were investigating. Well, I did, but I just wanted to avoid unnecessary suspicion.
Avoid suspicion? Don't tell me you're the culprit, Haruhiko.
No, I'm not, I swear. This is exactly why I didn't say it.
Why would we think you're suspicious, dude? It's just a couple of nameplates. I don't think that they're that much related to Kyoka's death anyway.
Yes, they are related. Much related, in fact. Humph. Now would you care to explain what that means to us? I said earlier that two people were connected to the murder. One of them is Haruhiko for switching the nameplates. The other person is... me. Huh?
Mr. Kinjo, you have an indirect connection with the murder of Miss Maki? May I ask you to elaborate on that?
It's true. Let's see, where should I start? How about we all get a grasp of the culprit's intention first? If things went as the culprit originally planned, the person to have a portrait here would have been... me. Yeah. I was thinking that. They were trying to kill him instead. That statement sounds somewhat far-fetched. How come you were to die here instead of Kyoka? Or how come you weren't? Whatever. Do you remember the torn note that Yuki read to us a while ago? I was able to comprehend what the culprit was aiming for after seeing that note. Kyoka got that note from the culprit and headed to the laundry room at the designated time. There she was assaulted and murdered by the culprit. Everyone's clear on this, right? Then let me ask, how do you think Kyoka got the note? How she got the note? Well, maybe one of us casually handed it over to her? Kyoka wouldn't have known that the person who gave the note would have come after her back then. From whom? Where? How? Did any of you ever see Kyoka getting a note from someone? No, besides, there wasn't any time for that. After we got out of the audiovisuals room, Kyoka stayed with me and Satsuki until she went into her room for the night. Wait, then Kyoka got the note between 10 p.m. last night and her time of death, which is 6 a.m. this morning? Right. Kyoka went inside her room as soon as it became nighttime. She couldn't have gotten the note while talking face-to-face with someone. And that leaves us with only one possibility. She got the note while she was inside her room. But you can't go into someone else's room unless you got the key or the owner's permission. Yes, but there is a way to give her the note without opening the door. What? But that'd be like magic. Really? How? Oh my god, are you that stupid? Jeez. A way to slip a note inside the room without opening the door or being seen by the owner. That should be pretty simple, yeah, something that any clever kid could think of. Not even a clever kid, literally anyone. Are you serious? We have to do Hangman's Gambit for this? Oh god, please don't be bad. In Hangman's Gambit, you must put together pieces of evidence that flashes by your mind. The bottom of the screen will show parts of your target word of phrase with spaces in between. Find which letters would go in the blank space and shoot them to place them in their position. The letters will move around randomly across the screen. If there are multiple blank spaces, you must fill in the leftmost space first. Your focus gauge will take damage if you fill in the wrong letter. If your focus gauge is fully depleted, your influence gauge will take damage instead. Once you choose the correct letter for every blank space, the word will be complete, and so will be the minigame. Okay, that sounds pretty simple and straightforward. So hopefully it is. Okay. What the fuck? What? Oh, gap. Okay. I thought it would be, like, under. Can I select this? Okay, there we go. I was hitting Z, and it was very... Okay, I guess the hitbox is pretty precise. I thought the word would be under. But gap also makes sense. Okay, that was not too bad. It's just, like, the actual hitboxes of the letters are a little finicky. That's it, the gap. Even when the door is fully closed, there's a gap between the bottom of the door and the threshold. That's large enough to slip a note through. So, after nighttime, the culprit left the note inside Miss Maki's room through that gap? Right. There'd be no one out in the hallway after nighttime, and Kyoka would still be awake. Adding a message like "Don't exit your room" to keep Monokuma from noticing would have easily dealt with the chance of Kyoka seeing the note coming and opening the door. That way, the sender won't have to reveal himself while still getting the message across. This inequality of information between the culprit and Kyoka made her more vulnerable to deception. You know, it was pretty bold of him to do that. What if Kyoka didn't show up or brought other people with her? The note probably requested her to come alone to prevent such occurrences, likely coupled with a reason she won't be able to ignore. From the fact it mentioned the absence of cameras, it must have been something Monokuma shouldn't know about. A way out, for instance. Would any of you refuse to go if someone offers to tell you a way to escape? Well, I'd go, yes. True, I would have gone as well. Okay, the culprit sneaked the note into her room. I get that, but how exactly is it you and Haru's fault? Think closely. Most people here didn't know about Haruhiko switching the nameplates until it was said in the trial, or noticed it after the murder occurred. Which means, at the time of the murder, the culprit was unaware of the fact either. Oh. I see. For that reason, you considered yourself and Haruhiko to be at fault. For those of you who haven't got it yet, we're saying that the culprit killed Kyoka because of a confusion. Confusion? What? So it ties back to what Tsurugi said earlier. Right. I think I know it now. The indirect influence Haru had over Kyoka's death. Haru switched the nameplates by mistake, and the culprit slipped the note inside the room without knowing they were switched. Then the culprit's intended target was Tsurugi. Yep. That's right. The culprit never intended to murder Kyoka. The real person he wanted to kill was Tsurugi.
That makes sense. The killer saw Tsurugi's nameplate on the door and left a note there, but the room was actually Kyoka's.
Does that mean Tsurugi would have died if Haruhiko didn't switch the nameplates? Yes, that's why I said Haruhiko and I indirectly caused Kyoka's death. Kyoka, it's all because I was an idiot. It's all because I was dumb enough to mix up those stupid nameplates. Calm down, Haruhiko. It's not your fault. Even if you put the nameplates correctly, Tsurugi would have been in danger. I'm a policeman. It's my duty to ensure everyone's safety. Yet I was careless enough to let Kyoka die. I should have died rather than failing my duty like this.
Please don't say that. Every person's life must be treated with extreme regard.
That is why I cannot forgive the culprit. Not that murderers ever deserve forgiveness, but him killing one of our close friends was absolutely unforgivable. Yeah, I feel the same too, but how am I supposed to take that as that one of us is that cruel, cold-blooded killer? So? What do you mean by so? Can't you think? Now's the time to say it. You know, the identity of the culprit.
The culprit?
Didn't you solve everything you need to? The fact that the culprit is a man, the way he hanged the body without entering the restroom, how and why he called Kyoka Maki and killed her. Isn't the culprit fairly obvious at this point?
Well, we did figure out most of the major details. I don't believe we ever brought up that matter before.
Jeez, you guys still don't know. How long are you going to make me wait here? I think my legs are starting to hurt.
How about you say it yourself if you know so much?
Huh, why should I? There's people like Tsurugi Kinjo out there anyway. Tsurugi? Do you know who the culprit is? Yes, I do. Actually, I already knew who it was well before the trial started.
Woohoo! That's our ultimate police!
But what I thought back then was more like an educated guess. Now that I went through these discussions in the trial, I'm confident with what I got. Why, dude? Why do I lose my shit over stupid wording, bro? Man, that's epic. Fuck, I love that so much. Man, that's epic. How did you know? I still don't have a clue. I'll try to make it easy for everyone to understand. So let's go back to when we were talking about the hook and the rubber ball. You all know how the culprit used them, right? Of course! The culprit tied a rope to the rubber ball and sent it around the pipe a few times, then threw the hook on to secure the rope. All was to make it seem like it was done from the inside. The rubber ball was the decisive factor in my deduction of the culprit. Do you remember Yuki explaining earlier that the rubber ball burst because it couldn't overcome the pressure? It was probably due to the accumulated damage from the repeated collisions with the wall. And here's the question. How much pressure do you think is needed to pop a rubber ball? Well, it will depend on which kind you're talking about, but probably a lot. Yep, I'll tell you something that pops too easily will be worthless as a bouncy ball. Right. Normal levels of pressure can't leave a single scratch on it, much less make it burst. But the rubber ball still burst, just by bouncing a few times off the wall. That's kind of strange. Was the rubber ball old? When I saw the rubber ball, it was still glossy and shining all over, despite its condition. I dare say it was brand new. I'm not done yet. Though I didn't place emphasis on this earlier, think about it. Would it be easy to make a ball go over the pipe, through the little space between it and the ceiling, bounce off the wall, and roll back towards the entrance? Especially when the culprit couldn't afford to fail even once because he was a man.
I believe it would be a challenge. I don't possess the skills for it in the first place, but even if I did, I won't be able to do it because of the pressure.
Fully agreed. But the culprit chose to take that challenge and succeeded nonetheless. That wasn't just a matter of guts. He had the confidence and ability to assure his success. In short, the culprit has the ability to throw a ball exactly where he wants to. It's more than the accuracy. Not only did the culprit have precise control over where to land the ball, but also the strength to burst it open.
But I don't think anyone out of the guys look like they have that much strength and accuracy. Judging by his muscles, maybe Kakeru does?
Ooh, with my daily muscle training, it would be certainly possible for me to burst a rubber ball with my strength. However, just to be clear, I cannot be the culprit! I can't even score a goal right below the basket!
Aha!
Then how did the killer pull off those tricks? Was he secretly the ultimate baseball player? Alright, cool reference. And also, you know, parallel, but not that kind of sport. No, I think you guys are missing something. I said the culprit made the rubber ball go over the pipe, not through it. Huh? How can you make the ball go over the pipe without throwing it? Wait, I think there is a way. How do you even do that? Superpowers? No. You can kick it with your foot. Yeah. Oh, right. Rubber balls are small enough to hold with one hand, so I was naturally thinking that the culprit threw it. Huh? Hold on a sec. Kicking with your foot? I knew I had the answer when I reached that point. It seems like some of you got there too. Ugh. If what I'm thinking is right, the culprit is... But why? Why did he... I don't know why I'm doing Saruki's voice for Yuki. Yeah, I'm still not getting it. Who was it? Can somebody just tell me the answer? Yuki, you know who it is, right? Huh? Looking at your facial expression, I got the feeling that you finally reached the truth. You helped me out a lot with the hook and the nameplates, so how about you say it for us? The mastermind behind all of this, Kyoka's murder. Ugh. Yuki. Saruki's right. I know the culprit. I really did figure it out. There's only one person who could have done everything we talked about before. I want to convince myself that I'm wrong, but this is something I have to do. I must do this. Alright, here we go. I don't feel bad about this at all. It's gotta be Mitch. I forget exactly what his talent is, but I'm pretty sure it was soccer player. The person that came up with this plan and murdered Kyoka. Mitch. It was you, right? What? Suspended? What? Wait. Are we doing an intermission now? Are you saying the trial is only halfway over? Dude, what? That was like an hour, and we're like right at the end. How could that possibly be? Damn. Okay. I'm going to save. Man, I'm kind of tempted to just stop recording right now because I don't really have that much time left to record. If there's like a whole other hour left to this, no way. Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna stop recording for today. Tomorrow I'm going to record the end of the trial. But it should still be all combined into one video, so none of this really matters at all. So I'm going to cut right now. Alright, hello, I am back. It is a brand new day, and we got to like the halfway point of this trial, or so I think it's a halfway point. I thought we were almost done, but I guess not, so, but this is still like the same video, so, you already know all that, so I'm just gonna resume, and we'll see how much more is left in this, because I really thought we were almost done.
Did you just say I'm the culprit?
What? Mitsuhiro?
Hey, hold on. How does that make me the culprit, bro?
None of the guys has the ability to throw a rubber ball exactly where it was targeted with enough power to burst it. But if we're talking about kicking a ball with that much strength and accuracy wouldn't be impossible for you, right? Especially when you're the ultimate soccer player.
Ugh.
Mitsuhiro's talent was said to be almost on par with that of many professional soccer players. It makes sense for an expert like him to handle a much smaller and lighter ball with such ease.
No! Wrong! Wrong and wrong! Keep quiet if you're not the expert. Soccer balls and rubber balls are different. And I can't do all that even with a soccer ball.
Mitch, but you did that thing in Fuji's TV, the Masters Challenge. You were the special guest for the game, where you had to dribble all kinds of balls and landed on the target. Didn't you have no problems with the rubber ball there? You even did it with a frickin' pea.
Pea? What?
Ah, I saw that episode in the hospital. He easily scored a goal with a soccer ball, then did the same with ping pong balls, shuttlecocks, and one of those large exercise balls, I believe. Hahaha, and you're saying you can't kick rubber balls? Try a better joke.
That was all fake. It was scripted. How would that even be possible in real life? Do you think I'm a god or something? Whoa, big scandal alert. Mitch, are you really the culprit? Did you kill Kyoka?
Yeah. Plus, wasn't he the one who said the killer would be among the girls?
No, this is a trap. I know Yuki's the culprit. He's trying to accuse me with no evidence whatsoever.
Mitch, it's Jover. Please just say it. I don't want to do this any longer.
Say what? I didn't kill anyone. And why does it have to be me? Do you have proof? Do you have any kind of evidence that I killed?
Zephirum, I doubt you would overreact like this if you aren't the culprit. And you seem able enough to perform that trick, using the rubber ball that Yuki mentioned.
This is ridiculous. That's pure speculation. Show me the proof.
Mitch seems really messed up right now. But it's true that my argument doesn't have a solid backup. I thought of it by process of elimination, not real evidence. Still, it should be somewhere, that one piece of evidence that can nail him down as the killer. I need to point that out, or else we won't get anywhere. He must be, about to put up one hell of a fight if that was only the halfway point. So, okay, spinny time. I'm gonna get used to this again. Alright, what do we got? Bloodstain your body, Teruya's account. Teruya's account was about the store, right? We haven't really talked about that yet, so I'm gonna say maybe we have to do that. But we also haven't talked about the bloodstain yet as well, I don't think. I need to prove myself guilty, you know? Oh god, is there evidence that I put the note in Kyoka's room? I don't think so. Oh, this one. Right here. Got those tools from the antique store. Did we even talk about the fact that they got tools from the antique store? Did he just slip up in that regard? I don't know. It's been a day. I don't exactly remember everything that was talked about. Wait, Mitch, something's off in your statement.
Huh? What's off? I don't see anything wrong with it.
I know we talked about the culprit using the hook and the rubber ball earlier, but we didn't mention where they got it from. Yeah, I was gonna say, did we even talk about that? I know we theorized about it with Teruya, I think, but how did you know those tools were from the antique store?
What?
Because that's where most of the tools are?
Yeah, I just thought the antique store was a good place for them to get it from. Personal opinion. That makes 0 sense. You normally find hooks and rubber balls in the storage, not the antique store.
Yeah, and doesn't the gym have loads of balls too?
You see, you never know. Both the storage and the antique store might have those. That's why I mentioned the antique store. It looked like that place has practically everything.
Mitch, we know. One of us has been keeping track of every single item in the storage and the antique store. Am I right, Teruya?
Yes, Yuki. Is this why you asked me about this? Trust me, the antique store definitely has hooks and rubber balls. I know, because I spend most of my time hanging out there. Also, I'm pretty sure there weren't any hooks or rubber balls in the storage. The ones used in the murder are from the antique store. The way those items were arranged changed after the murder.
Whoa, Teruya, you memorized all of that?
Wow, what a freak. Hey. Ah! Shut up, dude. It's just a coincidence. And you still didn't show me proof. Show me evidence. Tangible evidence. Not your stupid guesses. I'm not buying it. You're doing this to the wrong person.
Jeez. Can't you be a man and just say you did it? Hey, Mitsuhiro. Will you admit it if we show you evidence? That you're the culprit?
Gah! I'm not the culprit. If there's no evidence, you can't say I did it, man. Give me the proof. Proof. Proof.
If he insists, we should probably show him. Yuki, show him the proof you have. Do we actually have anything, though? I have the proof? Be patient and think. You do have proof. You even showed it to us a while ago. I showed the proof to everyone. Is he talking about I see, I didn't think about it back then, but that can certainly nail Mitch down. I don't know it. Oh, it's... Okay, well, I don't know if that was like a hint or something, but the way he said nail it down, is he talking about the hammer? But, like, I don't know how that ties to Mitch exactly. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Terminate talk shooting. What the heck is that? What is terminate talk shooting? I don't recognize that, unless I'm dumb, but I don't think that's a canon game. So yeah, tell me about that. In terminate talk shooting, you must overturn your opponent's baseless arguments by shooting them down and ultimately coming up with a conclusive evidence that can silence your opponent. When your opponent's speech bubble appears, you can press confirm Z enter space to destroy it. If not destroyed, a speech bubble will eventually disappear and inflict some damage to you. Every speech bubble has a certain amount of health represented by the number of objects at its top. What? If you're out of ammunition, you need to replenish it before shooting again. Press shift to reload. Your opponent will take damage every time a speech bubble gets destroyed. If they're out of health, you will be given a chance to deliver the final blow by combining words into decisive evidence. Okay, so this is like the typical final game then. But it seems to be a bit different. But be wary, if your health reaches 0, your influence gauge will take damage and you must start over. Okay. Well, let's give it a try. I don't know if I exactly understand, but hopefully it becomes a bit self-explanatory. Whoa. You don't have proof. Give me the proof. Okay, just shoot it. Shoot it down. Shoot him down. It's a trap. Okay, so I think we just kind of have to keep an eye on our ammo, really. I'll reload now. Damn it, I'm not the killer. You don't have proof. This is a trap. Okay. Give me the proof. Okay, this isn't too bad. I'm glad it's not, like, rhythm-based, because that would have been very difficult for me. Damn it, I'm not the killer. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, he's getting... Okay, it's getting faster. Oh god damn it, I gotta reload. Shit. Jesus. Get that out of the way. Okay, final blow. What are the buttons here? Monokuma... Fuck! The notepads Monokuma gave... No, gave us. Shit, I hit... Why is it not doing the left one? Oh, what the fuck? Oh, it made me start over. I thought they kept... Okay, that was really dumb of me. Sorry about that. I didn't see that it made me start over from the beginning when I got it wrong. Ugh, okay. Alright. The notepads Monokuma gave us. Oh, is it talking about that? That, like, that's how he wrote the note? If you want it, I'll show you. Tangible evidence that can prove you're guilty. Oh, because we would just have to check, like, his notepad. Which obviously doesn't exist, you moron! It does exist. Remember when I showed you the note to explain how the culprit called Kyoka to the laundry room? The paper used for the note was from the notepad given to us by Monokuma, which means we can see if that note was from your notepad by checking if there are any torn pages in there. What? Well, Mitsuhiro, here's the evidence you've been looking for. Hey, you! This evidence? Are you kidding me? We got those like a week ago. Anyone could have torn out a page for who knows what. Huh? Anyone could have used it. Then we can try matching Yuki's note with the torn section in your notepad. That way we'll be clear on whether or not it was from your notepad or not. Well, but... Hey, don't you think the culprit could have used someone else's notepad? How can you be so sure that it was from mine? Because the doors were locked. You can't get in without anyone else's permission. No way, idiot. The notepads were in the drawer in our rooms. How are you going to get one without the owner's permission? Yeah, exactly. And if the owner somehow gave permission, even better. That would automatically mean the person who asked for permission is the culprit. Wait, that's... Mitch, just admit it. I don't want us to keep fighting each other like this. Ugh. It's over then. Over? Who said it's over? Nothing's over, bro. This is a lie. This is all a big lie. How dare you accuse a superstar like me of murder? Liar, liar, liar. Alright, if you say so. I'll go over the case from beginning to end. Then you'll accept it. Then yeah, that you're the only possible culprit, Mitch. Alright, closing argument. How does this work in this game? Events relevant to the murder will be shown. Yep. At the bottom of the screen are several pictures for you to choose from. Select one by pressing confirm. Afterwards, press confirm again on a blank panel to fill it in. You may also press cancel to cancel your selection. Okay. Game will automatically proceed when you correctly fill in every blank panel. You will not be penalized for wrong answers. There's no pesky time limits too, so take all the time you need. Ooh, I like that. I'm a big fan of that. That is awesome. Okay. Oh, dude, look at the art. So sick. Okay. Wait a minute. So, how do we do this? Okay, so oh god. You have to, like, exactly hover over it to see it. It's kind of silly, kind of goofy. I think this is actually the one that we need first, though. Uh-oh, the nameplates are switched. Alright, so I think we gotta put this one here. Oh, it doesn't actually show it. Okay. You've already placed the panel in the right location. Oh, is that confirmed? Did it just confirm it to me? I'm gonna assume that it did. Okay. It's a little weird because it scrolls automatically when you hover over the arrow, and not you don't have to like confirm it, so that's a bit kind of confusing. So this is when they're looking at the door. This is when he's like slipping the note under it. Not that. Cleaning up. Yeah, okay. There's the note. Okay, there's nothing to fill in here. It's just waiting for her to get there. Okay. That is the final blow. Cookie was ambushed. Okay, yeah, we want that one there. For sure. Okay. This one, he's moving the body. He probably cleaned up first, right? Because I don't think the rope is around her at this point. So I think it's clean up everything. Nope. Grab that, please. Please grab it. Okay. I think that's good. And... okay, we don't have to put anything down here. This is the rope. I don't think she's tied to that yet. Okay, never mind. I guess we do put this here then. Because there's nothing else to do. And this is, yeah, this is where we put nervously waiting around. That should be good. Okay, let's go. Climax return. Let's go. It all started last night. While we were all in shock by Monokuma's motive, Kyoka, Haru, and Satsuki decided to hang out together to distract themselves from the stress. They ran around in the hallway until Haru accidentally broke two of the nameplates on the wall. Those two nameplates belonged to Kyoka and Tsurugi. Haru was panicking over breaking school property when Monokuma showed up to give him a warning. He didn't punish Haru since it was an accident, instead ordering him to replace the broken nameplates with new ones. Kinda stupid. And here's where Haru made a crucial mistake. After a trip to the restroom, he got confused about where the two nameplates originally were. Smack. Switch. He finally chose to go with his gut instinct, which unfortunately turned out to be wrong. This is when Kyoka and Tsurugi's nameplates were switched around. Haru went to his room right after putting the nameplates back, and the nighttime hallway was left empty. At this very moment... what is that onomatopoeia? Someone had decided against going to sleep and was out in the hallway, secretly heading somewhere. The place they were heading was Tsurugi's room. For some reason, they had chosen Tsurugi to be their target of murder. But there was something they were unaware of. Right before they came, the nameplates outside Tsurugi and Kyoka's rooms were switched by Haru, so the culprit had actually gone to Kyoka's room. Sneak. Unaware of the error, the culprit made their first move. They put a note through the gap below the door. It asked to come to the laundry room at 6 a.m. and contained a lot of false information to make things easier for the culprit. That laugh sound, dude, what? Not everyone would be asleep right after nighttime, and it would be easy to spot a note coming in through the door. That's what the culprit was going for. Act 2. Why did the music stop? Okay, the music's back. The next day, as the time approached 6 o'clock, creak. Kyoka, after reading the note, came to the laundry room as she had been instructed. Le gasp. The culprit was hiding in the corner of the room, looking for an opportunity to strike. Since they were expecting to see Tsurugi, Kyoka's sudden appearance would have been a surprise for them. Kyoka continued forward, oblivious of her fate. The culprit was probably confused at first, then either noticed that they somehow went to the wrong room or found Kyoka holding the note. Grrr. They likely had a plan in mind, and changing the target meant they had to risk ruining everything. But there was also the potential of being found out and facing the aftermath if they let her go. Dun dun. At last, the culprit decided to change their target. They already had the weapon ready, and it looked like they would be discovered anyway. Swoosh! Watch me swoosh right in! Meanwhile, Kyoka was wondering why no one was in the room. Still unaware of the presence of the culprit, she was left vulnerable to their attack. Splat. Dun-dun! That's so stupid when you see a fucking corpse there. Dun-dun! And fell victim to it. Rip. Wipe. After the murder, the culprit wiped off the blood from the body to conceal any evidence of murder. Because it was done almost immediately afterward, Kyoka's clothes didn't get any blood on them. However, they weren't able to take care of the large bloodstain on the floor. Maybe because they were in a hurry or just failed to see it. I was wondering about that, like, how are you gonna spend time cleaning her up in the laundry room, but don't clean up the giant fucking bloodstain in there? What? Like, how do you miss that? That bloodstain played a large role in revealing Kyoka was murdered in the laundry room. Ugh. I think the culprit forgot about the bloodstain while they were busy moving Kyoka's body. They must have gotten in a panic since they killed someone that wasn't part of their plan. The culprit first carried the body over to the girls' restroom. Their purpose was to take advantage of the fact that students aren't allowed to enter the restroom of the opposite sex. That's when the culprit found the pipe on the ceiling of the restroom. The culprit decided to make use of it and went to the antique store to get supplies. Wait. So did he just leave her body there in the hallway? While he went to the store? It was less than an hour before the wake-up announcement, so they were probably in a rush. Jeez. The tools they chose were a rope, a hook, and a rubber ball. Squeeze. The culprit first tied the rope around the rubber ball, then thought of a certain way to hide their involvement. Their idea was to... kick. Tie the rope on the pipe without entering the girls' restroom, using the rubber ball. Since the culprit was a man, they were unable to enter the girls' restroom. Monokuma had previously announced that anyone who sets foot in the restroom of the opposite sex will be shot by the machine guns. Okay. But thanks to the fact that the restroom entrance was open with a wall straight across, the culprit was able to tie the rope to the pipe using the elasticity of the rubber ball. It was a risky move as the culprit wasn't able to step inside to correct any mistakes, and making the ball bounce right through that small gap seemed nearly impossible. But the culprit was confident they could do it. This was because, as the ultimate soccer player, they had absolute mastery over all types of balls. Okay. The rubber ball bounced across the room and right back to the entrance just as they planned. The culprit repeated this several times to make it look as if someone tied the rope by hand. And this is when another unexpected event happened. Kick. They must have failed to adjust the strength of their kicks because the rubber ball grew weaker and weaker after each bounce until... splat. It couldn't withstand the pressure and popped. This caused the liquid inside the ball to be splattered all over the restroom, becoming a key piece of evidence. The culprit would have wanted to get rid of it, but they couldn't do it without going inside the restroom. The culprit nonetheless decided to go on with their plan. After all, they succeeded in tying the rope to the pipe, and the method they used was virtually unimaginable for a normal person. After getting the rope around the pipe, the culprit removed the ball from the rope and attached the hook instead. Then they threw the hook towards the pipe to fasten the rope on it. The other end of the rope that was left outside the restroom was wrapped around Kyoka's neck. The reason for this was to make it look like Kyoka was hanged inside the restroom. The culprit was hoping to make us think that Kyoka's murder was inside the girl's restroom, and naturally was able to enter it as well. That way, men won't be considered suspects in the trial. The culprit, as a man, was trying to use this for their own favor. Everything was ready, and as the culprit was about to push Kyoka inside, they found a piece of paper in Kyoka's hand. It was the note they wrote, held tight in her hand even after her death. Having realized the note will be used against him if discovered, the culprit ripped the note out of her hand. They ripped it possibly because of rigor mortis, god damn it, I'm so fucking stupid, which made it difficult to pull it out. What the culprit didn't know was that most of the important parts of the note were still intact in the piece they left in Kyoka's hand. Thanks to the note, we found out she wasn't murdered in the restroom, which led to the conclusion that the culprit can be a man as well. Tch. After getting over the risky part, the culprit tried to get rid of the hammer and the rubber ball, but too much time had passed at this point, and it was early enough for some of us to get up. In a hurry, the culprit left their murder weapon and the burst rubber ball in the garbage dump. They would have wanted a safer option, but the time constraint gave them little time to think. They must have thought we won't find them if they put it alongside all the trash. And it kind of worked since Kakeru and I were the only ones to discover them. Look at the back of Suzuki's head there. She's just all alone. Then we started coming out of our rooms, and the culprit acted like they had just gotten up and waited for the body to be discovered. We soon noticed that Kyoka was nowhere to be seen. As we all know, we went looking around the entire building until Akane discovered... Done. The horrible state Kyoka was in. Everyone froze in shock, and while pretending to do the same, the culprit secretly had a smile at the outcome of their plan. The person who came up with this plan and tried to deceive us all... Spin! Oh, yo, that art's sick. I pulled out a red card? That's so goofy. It was you, right? Mitsuhiro Higa. Got him. Got him. How was that, Mitch? Do you still have anything to say? Huh. He must have forgotten how to speak. What kind of nonsense is that? This is just purely outrageous. Totally not righteous, bro. Mitsuhiro, it's over. Please, be honest. It's pointless for us to keep attacking each other. Mitsuhiro, was it really you? Why? Why did you commit something like murder? No, it wasn't me, dude. It's not me. It's not me, not me, not me. No, 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 no. It wasn't me. Cry about it. Cope, seethe, mauled. Whoa, this idiot's going all crazy.
OMG, Mitsuhiro's totally gone wacko.
Okay. That's it. Okay, there wasn't a ton left to that. That was kind of a weird spot to put like a halfway point. But alright. Okay, what's my 700 point? What's that in terms of like a rank? 58 mono coins. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. I don't think... Okay, it doesn't seem like we get an actual rank.
Boo-boo-boo, huh? It looks like you're done. As the headmaster, let me say your discussions were packed with passion in a fashionable way. Passion and fashion? Are they the same? Are they different? Oh, who cares? You don't need any of those to live a good life anyway. So let's move on to voting time. You don't need any extra explanations, right? Pick the person that you believe is the blackened. Everyone make your choice using the switch in front of you. And one more thing, just as a reminder. Triple check that you voted for someone. If I ever see a blank ballot, you know what happens. I'm sure none of you would like to be punished for something so trivial like that. Okay then, time to get excited. Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Well, I think I know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be that bitch, Mitch. Look at that smug-ass grin on his face. Get him out of here. Get him out. Don't want to see him anymore. I don't feel bad about this at all, by the way. I don't feel bad about this whatsoever.
Oh, bingo! The blackened of this trial, that is, the murderer who killed Kyoka Maki, is none other than Mitsuhiro Higa.
What? Hold on.
Mr. Higa, did you really?
Mitch, why did you kill her? Tell us. I was a big fan of yours. I liked soccer too. I admired your talent as a rising star. Why did you have to...
Cut it out and say something.
Fine. I killed Kyoka Maki.
Are you serious?
Finally.
Mitsuhiro, assuming everything we found out is true, you murdered Kyoka even though she wasn't your target. I'm not saying it was okay for you to set up a murder, but you could have quit and spared Kyoka when your plan went wrong. Why didn't you do that? Why? Why were you so stubborn about killing someone? Kyoka did nothing to you.
But I just had to get out of here after watching that video.
That video? Just as I thought. That is the only possible answer. You mean the motive? Monokuma had shown us that DVD just yesterday. The contents must have been different for each student, but every one of them seemed enough to drive a person toward despair. When I watched my video, I felt myself wrapped by a surge of emotion demanding me to escape here using any means possible. I even pondered the thought of murder. Mitch must have killed due to the same reason. I'm aware of how serious a crime this is. Even a million apologies won't be enough for what I did. But I had to do it. I had to get out of this place, and for that I had to murder. Mitsuhiro, you bastard! I don't know what you saw in your video, but can you even guess what was on mine? Every soccer stadium in the world being reduced to ashes, terrorists attacking FIFA headquarters, and world-class soccer players having gone missing. On top of that, my home team was also... How could such a thing be possible? I'm sorry. That's exactly like my case.
Oh, this can't be good. It seems like something has occurred to the well-being of Yuki Maeda's warm and caring family. What could have possibly happened at his house?
To Mitsuhiro, soccer would have been like the home where he belongs. Witnessing his own sweet home being completely destroyed would feel... Attack on FIFA HQ? Come on, you know that's utter nonsense. Right, and it doesn't only pertain to yours. All of our videos have been manipulated. You shouldn't have fallen for this trap. Ugh. I couldn't stop trembling after watching my video because it was as shocking and terrifying as yours. It wasn't just you. It was everyone's fight, even Kyoka's. Even though she watched the same absurd video, she was trying to overcome her shock. Ugh. You asshole! I couldn't help it. Soccer is my everything. I'd even say it's more important than my life. I know murder is wrong, but I just had to see with my own eyes if that video was real, even if it meant killing another person. Let me ask you one thing. Suppose that your plan went without a hitch, and you got out. What if you found that video was forged? Then what were you going to do? You heard about the class trial and the entrance ceremony, didn't you? The victory of the Blackened is equivalent to the death of everyone minus the Blackened. My point is this. By setting off your murder plan, you opted to take the lives of us 14 for your own needs. But were you aware of the full weight of your choice, or at least prepared to face the consequences? I doubt it. You know what I want to say? You're nothing more than an ignorant moron who wanted to get out of here using soccer as an excuse. Yeah, like, that was, like... I mean, I can feel bad, I guess, to an extent, but as far as, like, tragic backstories go for killers, like, that really did do much. Like, I feel like, you could have done, like, a more impactful, kind of story for his video than just, soccer stadiums being destroyed. Not to diminish that, like, the impact of how that might feel to someone who's, you know, whole life revolves around it, but I don't know, I just feel like that could have been way, like, you could have made me feel way more bad for this guy. And to be fair, I don't even know if that's what they're really trying to do. I think they're really trying to paint this guy as just a stupid, dumb idiot. And if that's the case, congratulations, I hate this guy. Of course, our videos were as shocking as yours. Otherwise, it won't even be a motive. If that alone was sufficient to make a person murder, all of us would have done it by now. But in reality, you were the only one to commit murder. What do you think made that difference? Could it be prioritizing your selfish desires over your so-called friends? Ray, stop it. Don't try to make this any more complicated. Nah, let her cook. Let her cook. She's cooking him. She's cooking him. Let her cook. I'm all here for it.
Are you telling me this idiot got shocked by the DVD, then just went on to murder someone without even being mentally prepared?
No, I won't deny that, but soccer really was my everything. Actually, it was pretty well planned out. He even managed to come up with a complex trick immediately after murdering Kyoka. Tsurugi being his initial target doesn't look like a coincidence either. You thought his talent would be an obstacle to your plan, didn't you? Ugh. Bullseye, I suppose. Right. From the beginning, Mitch was willing to murder, even without the motive. And malice beyond description. That's what took Kyoka's life. But, so what? Does it even matter? Monokuma was the ultimate ringleader behind all this. Monokuma is the one who drove Mitch to that point. You know what, Mitch? Right after watching the motive, Kyoka told me, Haru, and Satsuki this. Murder, motives, anxiety, just push them to the side and have fun. That way we can all chill out and strengthen our bond. She is pretty base for that. Rest in peace. Kyoka probably got the same amount of shock as you, but she was trying to overcome the situation by getting everyone together. If she had a chance to talk with you yesterday, things could have been different.
Why? Isn't it so frightening? Who would have guessed that world-class celebrity is nothing more than a bad-tempered coward? This is why you should never judge a book by its cover. No one would have ever thought the Mitch Higa would murder.
What? What are you talking about? It's your fault. This entire situation. Mitch's murder, it's all your fault. How can you even say that?
Aw, don't be so salty. What's done is done. Don't you got a carpe diem? Oh, what's up with that attitude? If you're trying to fight me, give up. You'll probably end up hanging out with your dead friend anyway. Besides, you guys don't scare me at all.
Shut up, Monokuma. I don't know where you got the balls for that, but someday I'll bring you to justice myself.
Tsurugi might be an exception. Gee, look how long you guys have been holding me back. We better get started.
Started on what?
The punishment. What else would it be? I told you, punishment awaits the loser of the class trial.
Punishment? You mean execution? Just give me a sec, bro. Of course I'm guilty. I deserve death. I deserve any kind of punishment. I know I can't ever make up for my crime. But still, are you really gonna kill me? Sure, I killed Kyoka, but isn't this a bit different? Seriously? You're gonna take my life? I can explain. I really must have been crazy.
I'm sorry. I'll never do that again, bro. I can rot in jail for the rest of my life. Just don't kill me. Yeah, I'll do anything you want. You can have all the money I earned for playing soccer, okay? I don't want to die. Help me. I'll do anything but dying. I'm begging you. Please don't kill me. Hey, guys, do something. I'm gonna die for real. This is not a gnarly joke. Okay. Sorry. I just really don't care about this guy. Notwithstanding Mitch's desperate cries, everyone turned their heads away from him, including myself.
Boo-boo-boo, what is this? Are you scared of dying? Weren't you ready for this when you became the Blackened? Above all, you disrupted order. You killed Kyoka. Whatever the laws outside may be, the rule here is simple. An eye for an eye, a death for a death. No matter what you do, you can't avoid punishment. Once you're revealed to be the Blackened, you are punished. That is an iron-bound rule. Now, save your breath and let us begin. I certainly wouldn't want my students to procrastinate. So, I prepared a special punishment for the Blackened. Mitsuhiro Higa, the ultimate soccer player.
No! Go away! Go away!
Let's give it all we've got. It's punishment time!
No! This is totally not gnarly! Alright, let's see how this goes. Couldn't play movie. Movie playback is not implemented. Wait, but it is playing the movie. Are we good? No, I think it's good. I think it worked. Everyone's watching. Oh, damn, that art is crazy detailed. The movie thing at the beginning scared me. I thought it was not gonna work. Red card. Oh, God. What do we got? Probably like a deadly soccer game. Yeah. What the fuck? He's trapped to a giant soccer ball? Is Monokuma gonna kick him? Oh, that's hilarious. That's really funny.
What the fuck?
This is awesome. I love how they combined the pixel art animation with like the typical kind of Danganronpa execution style. Oh my god, what the fuck? What the hell just happened? The whole stadium caught on fire, probably just like the video. Well, bird in hell, I guess. Rip Bozo. Alright. Wait. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say the execution music just started, like, building up again. I was like, is there more?
Yeehaw! That's it! Yes! This thrill! This excitement! You can only feel this at punishment time!
Mitch is a bitch! Dead. It happened in an instant. Mitsuhiro Higa, who was alive and breathing merely minutes ago, now greeted us in death amidst scorching flames across the screen. Despair. That was exactly what came up in our mind. Mitsuhiro committed murder. Of course he was unforgivable. But this is too harsh. We have to keep doing this? I can't anymore. Anyone, please, get me out of here.
Boo. If you don't want this, don't kill. None of these would happen if you simply stopped caring about the outside. After all, it was Mitsuhiro's own selfish desire that led him to murder. You guys were the ones responsible for this.
But how could we just forget about the outside world? 'Tis impossible. Monokuma, what is your intention? What do you get from committing this heinous act?
Intention? Indendian? Huh? What is that? Sounds too hard for me. Nobody cares anyway. You don't have to know it. Just heed to my words and all will be fine. Besides, you won't understand a word even if I tell you. Not even the slightest bit about what's going on right now. A total waste of time, right?
You son of a...
Oh no! How intimidating! Boo 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 boo! Well, case closed. The class trial is officially over. Everyone, rest in peace.
Hey, wait! Oh, gone again. He's gone. Damn it. What are we supposed to do now? In silence, everybody kept staring at the spot where Monokuma was standing. Although the class trial was over, none of us looked eager to leave the courtroom. After losing 2 friends on a single day and realizing escape is still far out of our reach, we couldn't help but freeze in despair. Everyone, we need to stay calm. If we lose hope here, we won't be able to accomplish anything.
But my legs ain't moving after watching that execution. How are we supposed to stay calm when our friend has met such a horrible end?
Friend? Who's this friend you're talking about? What? Huh? Who else could it be besides Mitsuhiro? You're calling him a friend? I don't get it. Are you calling a murderer your friend? What's wrong with you? Nah, let him cook.
Tsurugi, sure, Mitsuhiro killed Kyoka, and he deserved punishment, but he was still our friend for the past few days, right?
How are you gonna say that, Akane, of all people? Jeez. Yes, he was. Now he's only a criminal. He got what he deserved for committing the worst possible crime on Earth. What's so surprising about that? You may argue that Mitsuhiro deserved the death penalty, but do you condone Monokuma's actions? Are you condoning Higa's murder? Yes, Monokuma killing him was also murder. Monokuma's a criminal worthy of death too. But letting Higa live would be just as absurd. There ought to be retribution for every murder. What the? Are you saying you're glad that Mitch died? Of course. No murderer has the right to live, regardless of how many they've killed. What? Sure, Tsurugi said that he despises criminals more than anything else, and that his dream is to end all crime in the world, but still. Saying he's glad for someone's death, even if that someone was a murderer. That's insane. Would you also say killing a murderer is acceptable? No way. If you kill a criminal, then you'd be a criminal too. However, wasn't Monokuma already a criminal to start with? When did I say I'll excuse Monokuma's actions? I'm just saying Higa got the thing he deserved. I loathe that bear's scum more than anything, but there's one thing he said I can agree on. An eye for an eye, a death for a death. That is my motto as a police officer. Lunatic. Isn't it a bit problematic for a police officer to say that? Why would it be problematic? I think the real problem is with the current legal system. I'm going to work hard to change the laws in this country. No, the entire world. I'll create a world where no one can dare to commit crime. That's why I need to get out of this place. Same goes for you all. Stop thinking about that killer and strategize on how we'll fight Monokuma. Okay, you kind of lost me a bit there, buddy. I don't know, man. Anyone in a game who's like, I will create a new world, that's a huge red flag, bro. Like, never trust anyone who says shit like that. I'm not supporting Mitsuhiro, but something is definitely wrong with you. Wrong? To me, the way you're acting is wrong. Don't you realize you're already approving his actions by caring about his death? Criminal or not, somebody just died. How could you react like that when a human being was murdered right in front of you? How could I? Well, criminals don't count as human beings for me.
Leader?
Tsurugi, what happened to you? You weren't like this. What do you mean? I was like this the entire time. I'm just giving you some advice to those of you who are being overly hysterical. Of course, I am aware that I'm ultimately the one to blame. Kyoka wouldn't have died if I had been more alert. Therefore, from now on, I won't ever allow another murder to happen in this school, no matter what it takes. It's my duty to protect you all, isn't it? You! Stop. Mikako.
She spoke.
Everyone's exhausted. Let's go to our rooms and rest. Calm down, We can talk again tomorrow. Right. This mind-blowing incident got us all heated up. Let's cool our heads and talk again tomorrow. Fine. I don't think you can think logically in this condition either. Ugh. And thus, our first-class trial came to a close on the worst possible note. If it wasn't for Mikiko, we might have broken into a fight. Somehow, I feel like everyone went crazy. No, I might be the one who's crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. 2 of us died in a single day. It would be weird to not go crazy. Will we ever get out of this place? Will we ever escape this monstrous killing game? We took the elevator back to the school building and quietly dismissed ourselves. The atmosphere felt heavy, and a feeling of distrust seemed to pervade everywhere, like it did on our first day. Back in the room. Everything that happened today already feels like memories of a distant past. Surrounded by this bizarre environment, my sense of reality was slowly fading away. The day I left home for Hope's Peak Academy, a week prior to today, seemed like it was from a long time ago. I couldn't even recall how my parents looked like. My family. Ugh. Ugh. Kyoka. The trial. Mitch. Execution. Tsurugi. My brain drifted in confusion as these thoughts kept swirling in my mind. We made it through our first-class trial, the very embodiment of despair, without achieving anything. But this was merely the beginning of despair. Hey, yippee! End of Chapter 1. Oh boy. Oh. Kyoka looks really cool in that splash art with the little hat she's got on. Pretty stinking cool. But I mean, not cool that she's dead. That's unfortunate. Alright. Thank you for playing. You have reached the end of the demo. You may choose to save your progress here, which will allow you to continue from this point in future releases. I mean, I guess, but I don't think it really matters at this point. So yeah, okay. That was a good first chapter. It was simple, of course, but first chapters tend to be that way, and I think for first chapter standards, especially, what I'm kind of more used to with Insta-Rampas, that was really good. I enjoyed that. So, yeah, okay, I think at this point, now I gotta switch to the other version of the game, which has chapters 2 through 6 translated, so I don't know how different that is going to be. I don't know if my save carries over to that at all. I don't know exactly how that works, but I'm gonna mess around with it, and then we'll get back to that whenever we can. Whenever I can. I'm the only one playing this right now. But yeah, so that is it for this video. It's very long because it was already long before, and I just slapped basically another hour onto it, so please, I don't say this often, but, please like, comment, and subscribe, because, Jesus Christ, these are very big videos. They're not hard to edit, per se, but they are very taxing on my computer to render all of them and upload all of them. So, if you enjoy these, please let me know, and I will gladly continue with the second chapter, regardless, either way, because, I'm just invested at this point, yeah, stay tuned for Chapter 2. I will get to that as soon as I can. And thanks for watching. Goodbye.